All right, hello, VOD watchers. It's not, you don't care what time it is, but it's like, it's 7 a.m. for me. You just woke up too? Good morning. Hi, Archie. Oh, hi, Ethereal. I stopped by, have a good stream. I appreciate that so much. Retired DPS. Thank you for popping in. Um, Happy Saturday. What are you guys up to today? You got any big plans? I was in Dreamland 10 minutes ago. Did I have a dream last night? I've been having really vivid dreams lately, but I don't think I had one. Well, I'm sure I did. I don't remember it though. Ugh. I woke up at 5:45 just to make sure I was, nice and coherent. So no rivals? Yes, rivals. But so today it starts in about 5 minutes. So, do you guys know PAX? Oh, Discord ping. Thank you. You're right. Thank you. I almost forgot. Sorry, I just got I just got something that I need to do real quick for the core bug. Give me a second. It's super early, so everyone's just waking up also. So okay, so PAX is a gaming convention that I've got to attend it twice. I really love it. Um Last time I went with Infinity Nikki. Good times. It was really cool. Like the energy at PAX is just so great, and it's a lot of like indie developers announce their games at PAX. Um, I'm sorry, I just need to get this out before the event starts. Ah. Okay, got it. All right, sorry, no longer distracted. Hi, J Knox. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Owl. Okay, yes, get your buddy. Yuki, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I know this is such a weird time for some of you. Maybe it's great. So I'm not at PAX. However, PAX is live streaming some of the events, like some of the stage events and panels, which is like some of the best parts of conventions. Um, so the first one we're gonna be watching is a Super Mario 64 uh 16 star relay. And then there'll be an hour break. So in the hour break, we'll probably watch some of the rivals games that are going on. I think it's some MRC stuff. I'm not 100% sure what's going on right now, but there is a live stream. So we'll probably either watch that, or if that's not really the vibe, maybe some quick play. Maybe we could play some quick play together. I'd be kind of down for that. And then the next one is there's a panel um from Ilphonic. So it's a discussion. This looks really interesting. I chose this one. So it's a behind the scenes look at the game, the upcoming game, the Halloween game, but then it's also about honoring cinematic roots and evolving a movie into a game. So I'm really interested in that discussion. That one will be at 12 p.m. Eastern. So that's 9 my time. But yeah, maybe we could do some community games. Yeah, MRC signups are up. I'm gonna be handling that today because I have some time. I think today I have to lock in a few things. I have to finish a video, so I probably won't be able to stream the rivals, the Ignite NA teams today, sadly. But I'll be watching because I really want to see how FlyQuest does today. Okay, I'm gonna pause the music. Again, thank you so much for being here so early. It means the world to me. Truly. And let's watch this panel. Oh, they got the music going. This is great. Okay. You know what I found out recently? That I didn't know about Nintendo. Oh, I forgot what it's called, but it's like you can buy a pass to play old games from old consoles. I didn't know that, like, all the old Kirby games, you can play them on the Switch. So I really want to get it, and I want to play Kirby's Dream Land, because that's the first Kirby game I ever played. Any unique drops for watching the rival streams today? Yes, it's the same as yesterday, so it's the Gambit. It's the first half of the Gambit stuff. Which is a banner and a spray. And then obviously there's the Wanda drop still. Hi, Tifa Weepa! Oh my gosh, hello! Yay! Yeah, PAX is so great. I loved going. Was it last year? Maybe it was the year before. Because I went for Infinity Nikki pre-release, and then I got to go to PAX East. That was PAX West. And I got to go to PAX East for... Oh, we're going. Yeah, okay. 16-star relay. I'm excited. Jackbox Party Pack. I got to go for... Oh, what was it? That was Boston. I missed, guys. Yes. Oh yeah, we missed you too. I always feel a little bit of relief whenever I see a name I haven't seen in a while, because, like, you know.
I used to have cable internet, but I'm 100% kind of guy. So I got Verizon.
It's just good to know that everyone's doing well.
100% fiber internet, super fast, really reliable, with ultra low lag. Let's up that incline to 7%. 7? How about 100?
Get Verizon Fios, because when it comes to your
Let's
internet,
go.
It's 100% or nothing.
It's about time we're doing absurdist commercials.
Remember, the painting isn't real. Nothing can hurt you.
What's this?
Whatever's scaring you is just an illusion.
Warframe. Ooh.
I used to have cable internet, but
Ooh.
I'm 100% kind of guy.
Yeah, the first
So
thing I thought was...
Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet, super fast, really
Yeah, I
reliable,
thought
with ultra low lag. Let's up that incline to 7%.
Expedition 33 initially.
7.
It is
How about 100?
I love absurdist commercials. Jake, do you remember the
get Verizon Fios, because when it comes to your internet, it's
100% or
the crazy commercials that used to play on, like, Nick at Night? There's a Grounded 2 event as well. I think it's right after this one. PAX is just such good vibes. This is where I found out about Dune Awakening. Oh yeah, get it done. You gotta look like a crazy person. Love people being silly.
I used to have cable internet, but I'm 100% kind of guy. So I got Verizon Fios.
Surrealist
It's
PS1
100%
commercials?
fiber
Oh
internet,
yeah,
super fast,
big time.
Really reliable with ultra low lag.
Let's up that incline to 7%.
7. How about 100?
I think we got the gist on this commercial. Thank you, Verizon, for sponsoring PAX. Yay!
Arrived unnoticed until it was too late.
Oh, what's this?
Slowly, time began to crumble. Watch among the fractured timelines. Fight until your last breath.
What is
And
this actually?
repeat.
Is it a platformer? Ooh, hold on.
One false timeline after another. Until the Lord of the Void stands before us. Then, end this. As time hackers, this is our
It
destiny.
looks familiar, but not familiar enough. You know what I mean?
No matter how many times it repeats, I'll be here, waiting.
What are you?
Until you see the truth.
/0. /0. Some
I
of
used to
the
have cable internet, but I'm 100.
some of the gameplay looked like it was like a platformer fighter or something. /0 game. It's a roguelike action platformer. Ooh. I'm wondering if there's a slight possible chance that it's not a gacha game because the graphics are beautiful. Yeah, it's a side platformer. Ooh, wait, I'm interested. Interest peaked. I always see that art style. I'm like, yeah, it's Joker. It's actually it's gotcha. I'm gonna write that down though. /0. What's my little thing where I write stuff down? Yay! I've been React Andy lately. Just co-streaming stuff. Halloween. I wonder if it's going to be a horror. I mean,
Hi there, I'm
it's gonna
Jared
be a horror
Garrettson.
game, right?
I'm the Chief Creative Officer and Game Director on Halloween the video game with Ilphonic. So Halloween the video game is Ilphonic returning to the asymmetrical horror gameplay that you might know and love from us, with Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise being
That's
our center
good.
focus. Primarily focusing on the original film and wreaking havoc to Haddonfield and all of its inhabitants. So today, we're happy to show off the PAX booth.
This
we
looks
have
good. Like it could be
three
good.
sets of the game, bringing as many people as we can to have them feel and experience the horror that we've been making. I mean, I can't say it's been doing better than expected, but it has been, and it's been a really great show with Penny Arcade and PAX.
Cool. Whoa. I've never seen any of the Halloween movies. I'm too scared. Medicine beer?
And if you notice, we brought Michael Myers' famous house to Boston, you know, brick by brick,
Nick.
broken bits and all. We're really excited to bring our big gray cube to the glitz and glamour of everyone that we've been seeing here. It's so exciting just to have people playing the game and being able to be Michael Myers finally in public. At the booth, we have, unfortunately, a pretty good line, but it allows you to kind of learn the game and watch people play and understand what you have. And then our different setups where one person gets to play as Michael Myers against a set of civilians that are trying to save the map. If you are one of the lucky ones to come and do this, you get a cool limited Michael Myers knife and a Michael Myers mask. So this weekend, we're lucky enough to have a panel on Saturday. We're beyond excited about it. And then after that, we're trying to do a world record attempt on the most Michael Myers in one place. We are just absolutely living and breathing Halloween in March.
Nice. Looks like it could be good. I mean, that the franchise is like cult following, so. Hi Nick, welcome. Dosh. Hi Kaida. Yes, it's a very weird time for me, but actually, it's not so bad. That we're giving out knives at PAX. Hi, bye PB. Thank you for lurking and have a good time with the family. I like the, I really like the aesthetic.
Secretary, you should look the part.
What's this? Ooh, this looks cute.
Salutations, Cat Secretary, and congratulations on your recent promotion.
Congratulations. Ah, cats with jobs.
Welcome to Dogs HQ's Lobby Museum.
This looks really cute. Why work a job in real life? You could just pretend to have a job. When you come home from your job to play a game about being an animal who also has a job. You clock out of your 9 to 5 and you clock into your 5 to 9. Stray. Oh my gosh, that merch is so cute. Oh, I love the amber glass. Dang it, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Hi, Smishky. Smishy. Here, if you're on desktop, download that browser extension, and it'll give you access to like 1,000 emotes that we use here, and you will not be confused when you look at chat. You know, I had a one time I had a sponsor, and I'm still trying to get paid by them, so I'm not putting them on blast yet. Well, I don't think I'll ever put them on blast, but we'll see. I did a sponsorship that was so out of touch with Twitch culture that they sent me screenshots of you guys, regular viewers, subs, using 7TV emotes and using that as proof that I was botting my stream. And refused to pay. Yeah, I was like, so you can literally look at this person and see that they've been subscribed, cash subscription, for a year and a half. They called Yuki a bot. Yeah, with the purple 3-year badge. It was so crazy when I read the email that I was like, am I getting punked? How are you so out of touch with Twitch culture and you're trying to promote on Twitch? I doubt they're ever going to pay me. I literally presented every possible piece of evidence to discredit everything they were saying, and then they just ghosted me. What's funny enough is their offer, like, I cut them such a good deal. I charged them like less than half of what I would normally charge for what I did for them, because I love working with indie companies. I slash my rates like crazy to work with indie publishers. And they couldn't even cough up that. It looks like they just wanted free promotion. Yeah, they probably did. It was so weird. I was like, how am I being accused of lying? How are they sticking their like heels in the mud on this when they have no defensible evidence? It was so frustrating. Like it sent me into the first panic attack I've had in like 5 years. I should sue them for damages. I should sue them for emotional distress. But yeah, I sent my manager after them, so hopefully, I mean, I've made my peace with it, but because it's really like the payment that I'm waiting to get from them is so small that it's really not a big deal, but it's just on principle so frustrating. Oh no, it's not Where Winds Meet. It's not. It's a like a nothing game. No, Where Winds Meet has been great to work with. Be good to call them out publicly so people know. Yeah, I think I have. I don't think they really have like the power to really. I would like to resolve it with them paying me. But that seems like a very unlikely possibility. Five is still 5, yeah. I know. That's part of what I told them in emails. I was like, this is incredibly discouraging to see this behavior from an indie publisher. After we had like long emails back and forth about like specific strategy on how to promote this game. Oh, don't worry about that, Chad. Twitch streamers are responsible for their own income, you know? I stream on a free platform and I make videos on a free platform. So, you know. you get what you put in. So, you know, don't worry about that. I'm all good. And Joshua has a job too, so but yeah. You're all bots apparently. Well, they're running a little bit behind, they said, so it might be waiting a bit longer. Yeah, Yuki was a chip put into our heads. What I did do is, and if you really want to know who it was, you can find it. I put the VOD on my VOD channel of playing it, and then I put a comment underneath saying that the publisher refused to pay for the coverage. So it is out there. I just haven't made a big thing out of it because honestly, part of it is because it's such a small game that I don't think it's going to get any traction. That I'd almost would rather just not give them any attention at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to give them any bad press. I just want to give them no press.
From first-person action, flying every ship from nimble fighters to massive battleships to an expansive
I think I could
strategy
play
and
a ship,
an entire
a space game
Play
now.
at your own pace and experience a living universe where thousands of ships and stations go about their business, even when you're not there. Mine resources, trade goods, and
Now that I've played Outer
economy,
Wilds,
command fleets, influence factions, or build enormous space stations module by module. Trade, fight, build, and think. Welcome to X4.
Ooh, what's this? Story driven? MMO? Cute. Oh, I like the design, the style. Wild Heart.
I used to have cable internet, but
Did you know he used to have cable internet? What's that called? I'm just gonna write down the names of games that look interesting. Wild Heart. Yeah, so the information is out there if you want to find it, but I just don't want to give them any attention. Bad publicity is still publicity. Yeah. I mean, that could have been another... I don't know. I don't know what their heart motive was, if they really just were that out of touch with Twitch culture, or if they didn't want to pay, or if they, you know, maybe they were hoping to get like some bad press to promote their game just to get some attention. I don't know. So I'm just gonna do what I want. Hello critical Sapphic Raiders. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're watching some PAX East stuff. Just a small little raid. Oh, thank you. No, I mean, I really appreciate it. What were you playing today? Horizon Strikes again. Good morning. Gumon. You know what? I'm gonna get an orange.
Or night driving lenses in the dark, Zenni has affordable eyewear for everyone. Get 15% off with code PAX at zenni.com.
Zenni. I think I've seen ads from them before. I'm going to grab an orange. If this orange is gonna be Perchinat as well. Isle? It's a dinosaur survival game. I think I've heard of that. I think Fob plays that game. Thank you. Thank you, Critical. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a good rest of your time zone, whatever it is. Day, night. Pretzels. Dang, I wonder if they could send me some merch. Some PAX merch. This stuff looks cute. The Isle is even worse than Marvel Rivals for me. 900 hours on the Isle. Wow, really? I'm scared. I genuinely, like, part of the reason I don't play... Like, okay, so I say I've done sponsorships with Where Was Me. I know I don't play it on stream any other time. I genuinely love the game, but I just I would say it's my favorite game that I don't have time for. If I was just a streamer, or if I like I didn't do any YouTube stuff or like work outside of streaming, like if I was just like a full-time Twitch live person. What's this? Ooh, friend game? Swap meet.
I used to have cable internet, but
oh boy.
I'm a...
It's my favorite game, but because of or if I didn't have Rivals. If I didn't have like a main game, I would totally play Where Wins Me more. But yeah, so it's like it's a game that I'm happy to endorse, but I don't have time to genuinely invest into. Snowy mountains. Ooh. Might be time. Animo. Sevi is here with Animo. Animo? Oh, Pacopia. I want to play it.
I used to have cable internet, but...
Don't forget, this guy used to have cable internet, but now he has Verizon Files and he can defy gravity. I watch so much Rivals, so if you ever go back to Genshin, it's gonna be like WoW variety time. Ding 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 ding. Exactly. Exactly. That is why. That is part of why I've been gone so long from Genshin. Is so that it can come back as one of the things I do and not be like Dish is back on Genshin perma. Very astute, Yuki. And you saying that is very helpful because it helps me. That is encouragement that I'm on the right track. So thank you. I want the separation to be long enough that it can feel like it can come back as a part of my stream life and not like my main thing. Yuki detective? That's genuinely great to hear. That's a good milestone that's starting to feel like that. It's a complicated thing, but like yeah. If I'm going to play it while also stiff arming gacha, number one, the separation needs to be long enough. And partially just because I really feel it's important to establish myself outside of any gacha game. Even if like a lot of people have no clue what I'm doing, that's fine. That's okay. like people on TikTok coming in and being like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you since, 2022." That is okay. It's just, yeah, I have a very specific vision for my quote unquote comeback to Genshin. I want it to be reintegrated as a part of my streaming life and not the default. Do you miss Kaya? I miss Mondstadt. But it's partially because I just miss those old times, you know? It felt so special then. The game wasn't Fish Stick Protocol. No, Fish Stick Protocol was awesome. They were awesome. Really cool studio. 2 thumbs up for Fish Stick Protocol. Should be soon. Mondstadt expansions here. I did see that. I saw Jonathan reacting to it. Yeah, they're the ones that asked me before they had budget to that was actually like the interaction that I had with that publisher was like a like healing from from the other one, because they reached out to me about coverage, and they didn't have any budget at the time to like sponsor me for anything, so they asked, we don't have any money to pay for promotion, but like we could put something for you in the game. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, like a frog hat. Did you put like a frog hat in the game? So they did that, and I was like, I would love to stream it. I will try to find some time. And then they reached back out later and said like they appreciated the effort I put in to try to like make something work for a sponsorship. And I wanted to do what I told them was we could do a stream, and then if I find like a moment that would work really well on YouTube Shorts, I could put one out and then we could see how that goes. And then if you guys want to tack on a second one, you can, but like you don't have to commit to it because, indie budget is very small. So they reached back out to me and were like, we really appreciated the care that you put in and like the very affordable rates that you offered. So at that point, they offered me a sponsorship, which was just like the coolest thing ever. So I actually have a lot of gratitude toward Fish Stick Protocol and the publishers because of that. It came at a really nice time. I really enjoy the Rivals and Outer Wilds stream, even if there's no Genshin. It gives a different vibe and atmosphere in here seeing those games, especially Outer Wilds. As someone who used to play Genshin 2, I eventually branched out to other things. It's okay to try new things. Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people have moved on. And like a lot of people don't know, but I was streaming for like was it? When did Genshin come out? I started streaming Genshin like 2 weeks after it came out. September 28th. So I had been streaming for like 6 months before Genshin came out, and I was averaging like 60 viewers, maybe a little less. Like, no, it was probably less, like 40 to 50. And I had like almost 100,000 followers on TikTok, I think, doing gaming, but then also doing like introspective stuff. So, there was a lot of great stuff that was going on before Genshin ever happened. And I forgot that. Got so lost in the excitement of it all. Discovered you through Animal Crossing originally, so I never really associated a specific game to you. I just thought Miss Distrews different things, and I think the variety's great. Thank you. That's very cool to hear too. Yeah, I mean, I don't really, it doesn't really matter how people got here. And I'm never gonna begrudge people for knowing me as Dish the Genshin streamer. Because that's I wouldn't be here at all. I would not be sitting in this chair on a beautiful Saturday morning doing a sponsorship to watch just to co-stream an event at a convention without Genshin. It's I owe so much of my career and success to that game and all the great experiences, so I'll never begrudge that. Oh, okay, it's starting.
How's it going? I'm King J0444, and welcome to Super Mario 64. We're doing a speedrun that is kind of unique. We're doing 16 stars by 16 different people. This is something that I did at Awesome Games Done Quick 2025, which is a speedrunning event raising money for charity. We did 70 stars by 70 people. So we're doing that, but on a slightly smaller scale. And shout outs to Twitch for allowing me to do this. I'm also joined by my co-host here. How's it going?
Hi there, my name is T-Tree. I am a member of the Games Done Quick organization. I do one of our shows on the Games Done Quick hotfix called Out of the Box, with the idea being that they are speedruns that you can easily get into. You don't need to do extra setup, you don't need to have a new game plus file, things of that nature. And Mario 64 is an absolutely wonderful example of that kind of game. This is, as Joey said, a speedrun. It's also a showcase. It's somewhere in between. We're going to see stars collected by runners of all skill levels here, from people who do not speedrun but are ardent viewers, to people who speedrun, as a vocation on Twitch, to everywhere in between. So, Joey, if you're ready.
I am ready. Are the runners ready? Can I get a cheer really quick? I have the order up here, so I will have my phone. I apologize. I'm so good at this. All right, so we have our first person coming up here.
No good speedrun succeeds without notes.
That is true. I have notes that I took. So we have... By the way, we have people of various different skill levels. Some people who have never speedrun in their lives, and some people who speedrun other games, some people who have speedrun this game, and some people who are in those relays at GDQ.
It's true. It's true. The N64 and controller that we're working on today were graciously lent to us by a member of the GDQ speedrun stage who ran Chameleon Twist for us on Thursday on the GDQ speedrun stage.
Yes, because I'm organizing this, but I don't own an N64. So,
yeah, totally normal.
So on that note, I think we're good to get our first runner up here, Chaos Control.
Runner.
If you want to come on up. And then on deck,
Exercise?
we have Epic Crossover, if you want to get already on deck. So yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. Let me clear a file. Actually, if you would like to clear a file.
Dang, this would be so nerve-wracking doing it on screen.
Awesome. And then we can get swapped over to the game screen.
Yeah, get to the gameplay.
Awesome.
Kage, what the heck?
3, 2, 1.
You didn't even clear it.
Yeah. You do have to select your menu option at the top.
Up here. Let's do it again.
Wait.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
I can't.
A new file.
So we're going to actually start the speed run in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so starting off, we do have a little bit of an intro cutscene. So the way that Mario 64 runs start, you have a nice minute-long intro. Then you have to talk. You don't have to mash A. This doesn't change anything. We have a nice minute-long intro. So 16 star. This is like the most beginner-friendly Mario 64 category out there because it has some glitches and tricks that you get to do, but they're all very easy to learn. Again, I taught some people who had never played the game before.
Oh,
Yeah, the nature of the thing at the 70-star relay was...
I want to play this.
It was an open sign-up sheet for people attending the events, anyone from other runners to staff members, so literally all levels of interest in the art of speedrunning, familiarity with the game itself, people like myself who hadn't played it since they were a kid, and Joey and some members of GDQ staff were like, all right, so what we want you to do is prove to us in person that you can get the star at least once. That's good enough. That's all we need you to do.
The boat. Okay, we're good.
We'll teach you if it comes to it. Like, so there's technically a trick that can be done here. If you enter across the castle moat at just the right angle from the left-hand side, you'll actually skip that Lakitu intro. But it's, you know, that's not explicitly what we're doing here.
For a relay here, we're showing what people are comfortable with.
Right, exactly.
I do think we're going to see maybe some. Are you going for bomb clip? You're gonna, we're going to try.
All right.
We're going to try.
Yep. So our runner is going to be attempting what's called bomb clip on Bob-omb Battlefield
I heard
here.
we're going for box clip first. This is something I taught. This is a very beginner-friendly version of doing it. It is a little bit more finicky. You hit it 0 times, but now you're going to hit it on stage. So you got this.
Ooh.
So he positioned his box. It can push you through the star, through the gate to get the star, or you can break the box.
No
But that's okay.
So normally what you're doing on the star is you are pounding
Bomb
down
clip.
the stake that the chain chomp
Oh,
is
the
chained
sign. Hey, we
All
got
right.
some literature in there.
and we're safe. We didn't take damage. This all works.
This would be so
yeah,
nerve-wracking.
in a
I'd be way too
casual
scared to do
playthrough of the
this.
game, what you're doing is you're pounding down the stake that the chain chomp is attached to. What we are intending to do instead is get through the gate that the chain chomp is guarding with the star behind it. So do you want to talk about the mechanics of how the bomb works?
For sure, yeah. We're basically trying to catch this bomb as it's exploding. It's going to give us a lot of speed, and it'll push us through the gate. That's easier said than done, though. So we're going to give it one more try here. See, we got the bomb. Oh, damn. Okay, so barely didn't make it. But that's okay. We're going to take the safety strat and hopefully not die. So we're going to ground pound this pole here to let the chomp out. Oh, no!
No, he's dead. He's dead.
You do have to remember he does an awful lot of damage.
So the interesting thing about 16 star, we only have 3 lives. I'm looking at you runners here. Don't burn those lives. Please and thanks. I'm looking at
I think
all
there's
of you.
multiple runners, though.
It's naturally everyone who Joey made eye contact with is now enemies with him.
That is true. I'm only going to blame you personally if you die. So yeah, we're just going to go for the safety here. We tried to go for bomb clip. You caught the bomb, though, and that's the cool part. You had to show it. But there we go. 1 star out of 16 here. And then we're going to pass it off. On deck after every crossover, we have Gavantula. So get ready as well.
Hi, welcome back, Kansas.
There we go. That's 1 out of
Congratulations
16.
to you. Please feel free to take it back.
Oh, I didn't even know we were doing that. That's awesome. Yep.
We got a little thank you from Twitch for everyone participating.
Everyone who's coming up will get a free bag, courtesy of Twitch. All right, epic crossover. You are going
it's a
to Womp's
joint
Fortress.
challenge.
Make sure you save and continue, by the way, people who are in this. Please, and thanks.
Yeah, well, like in the speedrunning scene, we joke about free time loss, but quitting back out to the main menu absolutely would
That's
be.
a big time loss.
Yes.
Also, game overing would be a big time loss if we don't save, so.
Right, but that one's factored in.
Yeah, exactly. So we have, you're going for Wild Blue, that's correct?
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go. Teaching people to wall jump in this game is actually the hardest thing of all time, by the way. Because wall jumping in this game isn't like the other Mario games that like built upon this one, so you kind of have to do it.
See, I don't know what's the speedrunning
as soon as you hit the
what's
wall.
not.
So instead of using the cannon, we're just gonna do a wall jump up here, like that. There
Woo,
we go,
woo.
nailed it. There we go.
Gee, very fast.
On deck we have a Legally Sam, and here is it Galvantula?
Galvantula.
Galvantula. Okay, sorry, I totally butchered it the first time then. But so this is a case where we taught someone who didn't know a speedrun strat. We are going to get the star that's in the wall without using the cannon. This is a very popular trick. It's called cannonless. And there's a trick, a setup found by Sockfolder, where we're going to clip into the wall and grab the star.
Dang, there's so much
there
history.
are a variety of different ways to set up this trick. Some runners are at the point where they can literally just run up the main entrance.
Oh no, he
where they
fell.
can run up into this watery area and just jump in the right way to grab the star. It's it's really
The
impressive to
original
watch, and I
painting
don't
score?
understand
Oh
how
my
they
gosh,
know
you're
when
right.
they're on the right path. This is an extremely consistent setup found by a member of the community, as Joey said, where we're going to be reorienting ourselves once we reach this segment here
Oh,
in the
I
interest
see. You
of dropping
catch the
off of a
wall.
platform at just the right place to grab the star.
Okay, so this looks really good so far. You're gonna slowly walk down, grab the ledge. You're gonna turn right, turn left, tap up, and then hold down, and you should get it. Let's go! Nice!
Whoa!
Very nice.
Nailed it.
I love.
Once
I've
again,
only done a speedrun
learned
tech
that
once, and it was
yesterday,
accidental.
so-
Yeah, you know, we were talking about how as a full run with a leaderboard, 16 stars is really accessible, but if you are interested in just a single star, if you just want to practice one skill, understand the movement, know how to do specific things in Mario 64, you could absolutely just learn and get into a game with
This
an
guy's
IL
locked
or,
in.
this case, an individual star.
Yeah, and this is a very easy trick to get into. All you have to do is memorize the inputs, and it'll work every time. So
what's Sam up to, Jay?
Sam is going to fight the king at the top. So doing something called silly kicking, where you hold the A button and then tap B. You can go up slopes that you normally wouldn't be able to.
Oh, it's
It's
hard.
being a little mean right now. And then you killed that piranha for no reason. He was just sleeping.
I mean, illegally, Sam is getting ready to fight. It's good to get some practice in.
Silly kicking. Portal, yeah.
It was a nice
You tried
warm-up.
speedrunning Portal? Oof. Oh,
Gonna go the long way? All right, we're gonna go the casual way here. The scenic route. That's also a hot fiction.
You're correct. Run.
Shout out to Osmore. And even more scenic route. You could do silly kicks up the left side of the area.
Dang, what happens if they use all the
Yeah, I
lives?
could.
So they're gonna have to start over.
Are you going to now? Fine.
He's thinking about it. We might be convincing him.
Not that way. Okay, we got a red coin. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's get some applause for that red coin. Let's go.
And that is one of the secrets
Oh,
about running
he almost
games
had
like
it.
this. Like, the
This
tutorials
guy's
for the
throwing.
16 star will tell you, hey, if you don't like a star, if its tricks don't work for you, literally just route in any other star you think is sufficiently fast and do it that way instead.
Yeah, we're actually doing the beginner
There,
of
you
16
got it.
route because there is an actual faster 16-star route that does something called lobby backwards long jump.
Yes.
We
If
couldn't
you-
find anyone who could do that here,
Yeah.
so we're not doing it.
If you're familiar with BLJs, you will be seeing those later during this showcase. That is backward long jumping, where Mario enters the backward, like the jump state going backwards, and you mash the jump repeatedly to go up surfaces. It's traditionally used to enter the final Bowser stage. But you can also do it with a very specific setup in the lobby of level 1, and it will take you into the initial Bowser in the Dark World without having to do any of these stages.
Yeah, and that's actually how 16 star is even possible too.
True.
And you have to fight a big block.
Very nice. You can just go
Big
through that
block,
womp, by the way.
Yep.
There we
Womps
go.
are just a
Nice,
suggestion.
Let's go.
Yay.
I appreciate the scenic route. You took us on a nice tour of Womp's Fortress. There we go. Let's go.
Well done, my friend.
All right, we got Dynamite.
10 minutes, 3
You were
stars,
doing
all good.
You were added
4 stars.
this morning to this relay.
Wampa.
And we're doing the top of the tower. So
I would say
If you
Dynamite's
played
a dab
normally, he would've
hand
got
was
the
part of
star
the
already.
70-star relay.
yeah, actually a good. So we have pretty much a good split of 50-50 of people who are from GDQ and people
Oh, this
who
guy's locked,
aren't
too.
from GDQ and who just signed up for this yesterday at
Oh.
the Twitch Lounge. So we're doing nice.
Oh.
Let's go. A nice way to get up to that island there.
Oh my gosh, he's locked. He's
And
so
then
locked.
what we're going to do here is we're going to get. Oh, we're doing a triple jump up there. All right, doing a triple jump wall kick to get up here. Or a slide foot ball kick. That works too. There we go. Nice. Skip's going around the tower. bonk for good luck, and there we go.
Very nice.
There, guys.
Holy, it was like 30
Now
seconds.
we're talking last minute addition. Shout out to my man Jaxler. Doing the out. Jaxler loves Mario 64.
This man right here, your favorite speedrunner's favorite speedrunner.
Now,
Jaxler.
we have a Mario 64 lover, right?
No.
Okay. Jaxler has gone on record despising this game, but we're here and we're gonna get the owl, and we're gonna go up to the cage.
A little over to your right.
Yeah, he's over to the right there. You just have to jump up or
There it is.
under and hold A. There you go. And as soon as you go over to that cage to the right, as soon as you're above it, let go of A. So that you can direct the owl. With the yeah. We're teaching live on this one, okay? And then let go. Okay. Oh, dang. Okay, so you have to go down and wait for him to come back now. So how's it going?
We need a speedrunner to play for comparison. Yeah, I feel like I need to watch.
So at
a speedrun
AGDQ,
now, like a fast
Jaxler was someone we had a sign up for him, and you could put however much of a difficulty rating you wanted on your star. Jaxler never played the game before and asked for a 10 out of 10 difficulty. So that led to some really funny moments on stage. Again, if you want to watch that run, it's on GDQ Switch channel, YouTube channel. There we go. Nice. Let's go. Thank you for joining last minute. Let's go.
Sun be rising.
All right, we have revived Spirit. We're gonna get that penguin. I have to guide you to where to go. So you're gonna leave through through the door up here. This is something we didn't practice.
Little Penguin lost arguably one of the most iconic stars
over here,
in any
that
given
door right
speedrun,
there.
especially if you are just finishing out a run after your pace didn't get to what you wanted to, because you're picking up a baby penguin and you're returning it to its mom. And then once it's returned to its mom, you can do whatever you want with that penguin.
Now, if we're
you
going to be
can throw
nice
it off
to
the
that
cliff
penguin,
if you want to.
if we're going to be nice to that penguin, we'll find out. We did teach her how to kill the penguin.
Excellent, excellent.
So,
important part of the process.
The most important thing to
like getting
teach
people
someone.
into speedrunning.
All right, so we taught a couple different ways of doing this. So we'll see which way. Oh, we're gonna go on the slide. All right, we're gonna hold right here. As soon as we fall onto here, hold forward. Wait. Oh no, the penguin! I'm pretty sure the penguin's gone. You're gonna have to go get the penguin again.
I mean, Mario got there.
Mario did get there. The penguin's a different story.
Look,
a little early there for the kill. You got really excited to do that? Yeah, so there is wind there to save Mario, but for some reason it doesn't save the penguin. But we're gonna try that again.
Come on, Pengy.
There we go. And you don't have to jump at the end, remember. You can just slide off here. Oh, no. It's okay.
This time the penguin survived. So
try
I feel like we found a nice equilibrium
next
here.
time. Upright, yeah, instead of just straight up.
Rip the babby.
So this is another really cool party trick because this looks
I've
like
been able to do
something that's
that.
really
Oh my gosh,
complicated,
I
but it's
could
not.
play
You
through
just
Kirby
hold
again.
right, and then when you land on the other slope, you hold up or upright.
Yeah, and especially when you're working on original hardware, one of the things that N64 runners really like about their controller is that there are those physical notches at the 8-way
that's fine. Just
gates
go
on the
across the
outside of the
bridge, yeah.
controller, so you can use those to lock in your directionals. And a lot of the tech for Mario 64 was developed with specific directions on the controller in mind.
There you go. Yeah, jump down there.
Very nice.
Mario's gonna get stuck in the snow, but that's okay.
Yes, we do actually have to check in with Mom
Babby
to
reunion.
get our star.
Yeah, in order to get the star, but now
And then,
it's free reign. I mean,
what will our runner decide to do?
Oh, she's gonna get mad. Oh, she's mad. She's mad. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. He's lit. He lives. We're good. Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you
goodness.
for showing mercy.
Evil route.
There you go.
That was kind of our own de
Violet,
facto
that's
version of the
sweet.
classic Save or
makes you
Kill
wanna
the
play
Animals
older
from
games.
Super
I will
Metroid,
do
a
it.
long-standing staple of Games Done Quick marathons.
Yes. So this is Final Flame. I want to quickly give a shout out because we are borrowing everything that we're using for this from all of the N64, the cartridge. Can I get a quick round of applause for the fact that he provided all this for me? Thank you so much.
That's cool.
So
it might be finished with Wall Kicks
This
will
is a
work.
great
I was going to say, I didn't have time to finish my sentence.
Nope.
You did that really quick. That was
Well
so fast.
done.
Okay, nice.
Just getting people into speedrunning for the first time.
We have GTA Every time I do one of these relays, I've done a couple of these before at different speedrunning events. Every time I do this, I give GTAce one of the stars that he despises the most.
Yep.
So we're doing the first Bowser stage. We're
Violet's
doing
so
Bowser
sweet.
in the Dark World.
Yep. Absolute wizard of 2D Mario speedrunning.
That is true.
Here.
By the way, later today,
Yes.
on the GDQ speedrun stage, I'm going to be commentating the run that I have no idea anything about. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and GTA's will be playing. So be sure to show up to the speedrun stage. It's really fun.
Yeah, that's Super Mario World 2J, or Japanese version. That's the
Holy
one you
moly.
remember trying in the Super Mario All-Stars collection and giving up because it was
He
too
is
hard.
Exactly, yeah.
Moving like I've
It's the one
never
that didn't
seen
release in
before.
America because it was too
Correct.
hard. So Dark World's a very technical stage with a lot of things that can go wrong, a lot of pits you can fall in. So we gave it to someone who has speedrun Mario 64 before. I know. Yeah, I said it was all newcomers.
No, you didn't. You said it was all skill levels.
That is true.
You have not perjured yourself.
Okay, I covered my bases early.
Yes.
We're good.
You know, and people will argue that Mario 64 is primarily a game about movement and just keeping your movement clean. And stages like this
Goodness
are your primary
gracious.
showcases of that being the case. Moving super cleanly through an
Very
open
nice.
space like Bowser in the Dark World here is more difficult than it looks.
Now we also have the Bowser
Oh, it
fight,
looks
too,
difficult.
which GTAce is also going to be taking care of here. Very nice, very clean too.
My eyes.
So we had the Bowser fight. Now we were when we were practicing yesterday, we were playing on a monitor with way more lag than we have today. So doing Bowser throws when you have lag, not that fun, or input delay. So.
But then going from a setup where you do have latency to one where you don't, also disconcerting.
Could lead to that, yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. You get one blame on it. Now you got to nail it. Yeah. There we go. Nice.
Got him.
All right, there we go. We're gonna get the key, which will take us to the basement, where the rest of the stars
He
we're gonna get.
blowed him
Reminder:
up.
we need to get the 15 stars, and then the goal is just to beat the game. Very nice. Thank you.
Check out Lost Levels next on GDQ.
Let's go. Oh, you didn't get your bag,
Oh,
but
it's
that's okay. We'll give it after.
He's going to get the bag later on the speedrun stage.
That's true. All right, we have Stump, another familiar face to GDQ. Volunteers at a bunch of GDQ events, every side GDQ event, and we're doing Talon and the Big Bird in Shifting Sandlands.
This is so impressive.
The basement is where a lot of people remember having a lot of trouble as a kid, probably. These are where the stages start getting more difficult.
And
Like
just I
cutting
want to let you
corners
know,
and
if
stuff?
you know, we still have 2 Bowser fights left. We have a number of stars. The world record for this category has finished about 3 minutes ago.
Shout out to Green
Just to-
Suichi.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of the level of execution and the extent to which you can hyper-optimize anything and everything. But you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Genuinely, if you are submitting to smaller events, and there are many that run online raising money for great causes, a time like this, if you were doing a 16-star, you finished sub 20, someone will want to let you show that off.
Yeah, exactly,
That's cool.
yeah. So Stump's going here for a strat. Oh, barely missed it. I'm not sure if
Are
you're
you
gonna,
actually
oh,
in the
wait,
poll
you're
of
gonna
the-
live. You're gonna live.
Hey.
You're alive. Okay.
Okay.
We can do the backup. We can do the backup.
Yay!
I didn't know if that was gonna work.
I don't know what he did, but I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's not the deep sand. It wasn't immediately pulled in.
So what Stump was going? Oh, that fly guy's coming at you. So what Stump was going for there? You can land on the fly guy, which gives you a big bounce.
Enormous air.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's. Oh, wait. Oh,
No!
I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
gonna-
you can try it again though. You can try the fly guy bounce here again.
Oh no, there's only one life left.
So yeah, what we were going for is we're trying to land on the fly guy. That will give us a big bounce, which will give us enough height to hit the bird on its path that it's flying here.
Let's see it.
Let's see if we get it. I don't
Grounding
know.
ourselves.
Okay, so we
Hit
might not
the
be able
fly
to get
guy.
to the actual bird, but we can use that to get over here.
Yeah, this will get us
Okay,
where
he
we
made
want
it
to be.
though. It's all good.
Oh no!
Nope. The wall
Yeah,
jump off the edge of the pyramid robbed our
Yeah.
momentum.
It's okay. We want to play a little risky here. We're at
He's
0
used
lives.
2
That's
lives,
for a
oh
reason.
no.
There you go.
We got to make it scary.
You were saying.
Yeah, that was a little scary. That quicksand kills you, by the way. That's okay. That's okay. That's not okay.
Oh. Yeah, we'll see a little later in Lethal Lava Land that
There's only one star in Leave a Lava Land.
Right.
I know Richard would never die there.
I'm just saying, generally, on fire is not where you want to be.
All right, so if you go up here, the bird will always be circling around this area. So we can just wait for him here. He's coming in right here, right now.
Mamma
And then we can just wait for him and jump into him. Or the second time around.
Mamma mia, pizzeria.
And this just goes to show there's many different ways to go about each star. So if you didn't feel like going for the Fly Guy bounce, you don't have to.
There it is.
But we're trying, trying to do some swag shots here.
And this is part
No
of the
room
fun
for
of
error.
having showcase players of all levels do something like
There we
this.
go, nice.
Some of our players haven't held an N64 controller since they were playing the game on original release. So little things like feeling out the sensitivity increase and the acceleration of Mario with the control stick.
Yeah.
Like, there is technically something to that. You do have to get used to it. And you, as somebody who doesn't
Also-
run using original hardware.
so
Blink and you
invested,
miss
I'm
it sword,
scared.
by the way. There it is. It's gone.
Okay, well,
Swister
it's
for
on
that
top for
one.
him.
Well done.
That was so quick. All right, we have Richard from GDQ photography team taking all the pictures and everything like that. And now you're here in Leap of Lava Land getting some red coins. Once Richard messaged me last night being like, I watched videos of my star. I think I'm good.
Yeah. I don't think I think
know
was
what
there. I think it's just I'm
I'm
good.
good.
I
I
watched
got
3
this.
videos. I'm good.
So we're gonna burn Mario's booty here to get over to this platform. Then we're going to get these red coins. There are 8 of them, but this is like the most contained red coin star because it's all over in this little puzzle area. Shouts of Jack Black puzzle piece right there.
Right.
And there we go. Nice. Now we just gotta get the star.
I'm nervous. I'm so
And there
nervous.
we go. Nice. Very good. We have the most
many
difficult
stars
star
left?
here. We gotta talk to Toad.
4
Now, if you
stars
don't
left
know
and no lives.
what the Toad star is,
What
we're
if they die?
gonna ask for some serious time here. Which, if you haven't seen a speedrun before, that means we need the audience to be very quiet. We need focus here.
Yes, if we could ask the adjacent stages to please keep it down a little bit.
Yeah, this is serious business. All right. Okay. Hold
All right.
up.
Yep.
Hold on.
This is the first part of the strat.
Everybody,
The
hold your
star
breath.
is spawned.
Hold your breath. We still have to grab the star. You did it. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, 3 more.
I thought we
3
were going to
more.
game over on that one.
A
Okay.
gracious runner who joined us from the audience
Yes,
this
thank
morning.
you so much for joining. We have Linguini.
Go
I taught you
star.
this strat yesterday, so we'll see how this goes. Now, Hazy Maze Cave is a little scary. You have to long jump over this pit. That could be a game over right there if someone misses the long jump input. So,
Out and around to the right.
ooh! Oh, that's scary. That's scary. That's scary. That's scary. No! That's okay. Everybody close your eyes. It didn't happen. All right. That's okay. That's fine. This is why we saved, so we're good.
Correct.
So, I went
okay,
into
okay.
this. I got asked by production. They're
Okay, I
like,
thought they were gonna
"Do you
have to
think we're
start
gonna game
over."
over?" I was like, "It's 16 star. We're gonna game over at least once. Like, it's just gonna happen."
Fair, because one of the things about 70 Star, and that run didn't game over, though it came hilariously close on multiple occasions. Was we had, hey, I cost us 3 lives.
I was watching that. I was watching that. I was watching that. Is it over? Oh no, we don't get to see the end. No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grounded 2 Spring Has Sprung panel.
I think it's because they started late.
The Heat update that'll be coming out.
Dang.
Shortly. Or not shortly, but soon.
No,
TM.
I'm so sad.
My name is
I
Eric
wanted to
Corbella.
see
I'm
what
the
happened.
Senior Community Manager at Obsidian Entertainment, and I have a very awesome panelist here from both Obsidian Entertainment and IDOS Montreal Studios. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
No, I was locked in. Yeah, me too.
I'm Miles. I'm a senior.
Okay, so we're taking a break from the PAX coverage here. We'll come back at 9 a.m. You know what though? We gotta see the I gotta see a 64. Hold on. I want to see a proper speed run. Because we got to see it through to the end. What time is it for you? It's 8. For me. Zero world record. Super Mario 64. Okay. Let's we gotta see a real speed run just to scratch the itch. Oh wait. Hold on. Apparently, wait, hold on. We might still be able to finish it. Oh no, it's still ungrounded. Dang it. It's too bright. Okay, let's watch a speedrunner. See it.
It's me, Mario.
No, you can't get a sub 6-0 start unless like something crazy is found, which probably won't happen.
So he's beating his own record.
Basically not gonna happen either, really.
This is
But
Green
that's a lot more likely.
Suichi?
Probably would. I don't know though. 609, oh my god, reference. Well, carpetless was already known, is the thing. Carpetless is different because we don't know how we can save that time, other than one key, which is not happening.
So this is the current world record, I think. Oh!
Yeah, but the nature of the strats are way different. Because people have been able to do carpetless forever.
Oh, this is crazy.
People have not even gotten remotely close to doing one key because there's nothing to work with.
See, I don't even understand. It's like speaking another language.
And it's just like... It's just not gonna happen.
I see. One spin only. That was like a 3/4 spin.
Full glitch into Fire C5, yeah.
The noise is the
So real.
Goodness. It's like glitches. He's like running on the corner. Oh my gosh. He turned Mario into like a full acrobat. This is Cirque du Soleil. This is so cool. Another stage? spin. That's it. This is so impressive. I don't think we saw these stages. I heard that song. Do, 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 do. The music is iconic. I've seen this. I've seen that clips of that. So satisfying. Clean. To just like know a game so well that it's just like breathing. How many hours does it take to get this good at a game? This is like Spy Kids when the guy's like level 100. It's basically that. This is Spy Kids too. Ooh, that was close. Oh, he caught it immediately, like he knew where Bowser was gonna land.
It's been live for an hour. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have no idea how much like the fact that I fucking didn't get this is affected me. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What? You're kidding, dude. You're kidding.
Oh. I'm so happy for him.
Oh my god.
He beat his best by 3.6 seconds.
Oh.
My heart.
Oh my god, what? What? Oh.
It was a year ago, but clappy, clappy.
Dude, it never changes, man. Like, things never fucking change. I am always so clutch when I come back to a category. Every single time.
And the video ends. Wait, stop. That was awesome. It was very cool to watch. Just the joy. The muscle memory, like the muscle memory to just know exactly where to like clip the platforms. He looked like he was about to throw up. I mean, yeah, probably like the adrenaline rush of beating your record. Oh, love to see that. You just love to see that. Okay, let me take a little peek at the Marvel Rivals channel and see what's going on. Because I think there's some games going on that I would not normally see.
Who go with the previous series instant ban that we got to see of that Gambit.
Very interesting. This is going to be a sort of test of Ash's theory here of taking out the
as a team, as Na'Vi actually go for the instant ban of the Elsa, as opposed to Shikigami, who go with the previous series instant ban that we got to see of that Gambit.
Very interesting. This is going to be a sort of test of Ash's theory here, of taking out the Elsa early and letting Gambit sneak in a little bit
we'll
later.
Just watch
but it's
this
going to be the
until,
double. Na'Vi knowing they have those 2 bans in a row, Shikigami protecting the Daredevil instead of getting that one-sided Gambit themselves, means that we're not going to see Gambit at all this game, but Na'Vi get their hands on a one-sided Elsa Bloodstone. So it's going to be all about positioning, working out how you can do, while also getting harassed by that Daredevil, one of the few characters that can keep up with Elsa's mobility.
The next panel.
Is it going to be a mirror Daredevil, though? Because if Na'Vi are wanting to run dive, Shikigami having information from the Daredevil passive to inform them of when the dive is hitting could go a very long way of being able to counterplay it, as we actually get Shikigami losing the Venom, but Na'Vi losing Fate's Jeff. So no speed bubbles, no symbiotic shenanigans as well, and also no huge amounts of distances surpassed by the amount of range that the Jeff primary actually has to heal the team a whole 3 miles away, as Shikigami now actually going to be taking the Mantis out of rotation as well, so targeting Na'Vi, which means that they can't have that 12% damage boost on an Elsa to get to play a triple strategist line with a hyper carry solo duelist.
And one-sided Vanguard Daredevil pool, secured by Shikigami, actually able to manipulate that all the way to the end with that protection. And we are seeing some very interesting hovers that I'm pretty sure aren't making it out of spawn, but we'll talk about that more as we go on in. Overall, this was really solid. The Gambit's removed from both sides. I don't know which of these drafts I prefer more. Both these teams have the Daredevil for that a little bit of extra scouting. We've already talked about how strong Vanguard Deadpool can be. It's not going to have the Gambit to follow up with it, but it won't have the Jeff for the extra toy box healing as well. But it's still going to be able to separate people.
This
it's
is
still
going to be
capitalize
another Elsa off.
Just how quick of a blow up you can get. How well are Na'Vi going to be able to deal with Shikigami's dive style, which can probably best be described as a flock of seagulls descending from a ship.
I think not just that, but both teams losing Jeff also means that if you know the teams are going for dive compositions, you can't play the Jeff Rocket backline and be undiveable. From Na'Vi's side, having the counter, having that peel, as well as the charm on a 6 seconds to deal with Shikigami's dive when they decide to commit, as we're going to have that Daredevil, the Psylocke, and the Captain America on the side of Isidore looking to hit the back line.
Whereas Leo's going to be looking on that Psylocke to see if they can just get some quick trade outs. Psylocke can very quickly blow up an Elsa if they're unprepared for an initial engage. So Terra will have to be on point for this defense. And of course,
going to be Elsa domination again.
Keep track of each other and look out for those defensive plays. A sailing Captain America flying past like a beautiful shooting star, looking for any way they can try and hide.
I love seeing the Luna White Fox.
Terra comes on out, but it's going to be Crook that picks off Kaya as they attempt to rejoin their team at this choke point.
I mean, Na'Vi as well, also bullying Shikigami off being able to hold into this point position allows them to actually get the point cap relatively easily. It's just Rashara and trust me, going in, flooding Shikigami's whole composition to force them up at the point, having to turn around and peel for that backline, which now allows Na'Vi all of this point percentage the longer that this fight goes. They don't even need to chase for eliminations. They push Shikigami out of the space. They don't want to overextend because Nami has actually got one-sided Eternal Bond.
Trying to look for a position, though. Shikigami are trying to create an opening, or at least force out some ultimates as they charge on up and get closer and closer.
Nice.
Again, turning so fast.
Team up with White Fox also gives
Luna in such a long time.
Luna,
the
like,
amount of damage output that they can do sometimes, while still having that snowball to lock people down when they try and dive the backline.
That was a good
freeze dropping low. Na'Vi, they're going to lose 2 though. Fate goes down, Luna goes down, and it's going to be Shikigami creating an opening. It's a 2 for 3 right now in Shiki's favor, forcing out the invisible boundary, and they're going to get a potential flip if they can get rid of Trust Me here, but Trust Me is not going down. Freeze from the Abyss for a little bit of bonus health, forced to swing away, but it's buying time for their team to potentially reinforce and look for a counter, but Shikigami have been able to stabilize. They lose Lindstrom, but still Na'Vi won't give up.
Kumiho or Fate of
Dang,
both worlds.
impressive
Navi have both
hold.
strategist ultimates available if they want to commit to one of them and keep this all going. It will be the White Foxes. Everyone stacks with Fate, and Shikigami just have no way of just shredding through that 900 HP and managing to find a way back into this fight. It's all going wrong for them. They have to just try to disengage and look for a regroup because we're headed to final fight territory, and Navi have two ways of sustaining with both the Luna and the Captain America, and Jerky with the Let the Devil Out can punish Shikigami's lack of strategist sustainability. It all falls to Isidore with the Freedom Charge to keep the team topped up when we have the overtime brawl.
Navi jumped that so well. They literally just fed people onto the point without letting it go down, and Shiki can't even reach the point in time, and they burned ultimates for that. Freedom Charge was used. They couldn't touch the point in time. Navi kept them zoned out too effectively, and that is almost as worst case scenario as it can be for Shikigami. They only burnt one cooldown, but that's one less cooldown. But moving on, it's already burnt several cooldowns by the looks of those
really
cooldowns.
bad.
Let the Devil Out also burned. Gaia, of course, there's resets.
Oh, they use Freedom Charge, Tetcha. That's the pain point. They use Freedom Charge. Because Jerky has Let the Devil Out, Shikigami have no way of sustaining it, and Rojaro has one-sided Freedom Charge, which is going to allow Navi to, just as we saw in the last fight, go aggressive and jump onto Shikigami's position before Leola's is set up to go with Dance of the Butterflies. This is like potentially going to be a very brutal one-sided first fight engagement, unless we get to see Leola's punish Navi's over-aggression and try to hit the backline when no one else is there to stack the damages. But I mean, honestly, Fate can just teleport with Sanctuary and dodge out of it entirely.
They have cap. That's like half a support.
Risk. They need to make sure that they catch Fate before they can escape, maybe isolated, but if you do that, then you're not hitting a lot of people. With that
Hello, Tristan.
This is an almost impossible puzzle to solve, but Shikigami are gonna
look at that
have to be
tweet
the
in a
ones to
second.
do it. As right now,
I just
Navi,
got the
take a
ping
little
for
bit
it.
of the high ground on the main pathway to see if they can just force Shikigami down the stairs and get a high ground position. In comes that Devil Out from Jerky, does the butterfly, will come out to try a counter. Trust me, dropped incredibly low, but Symbolic Resilience says absolutely not. This has stayed on through, and Lindstrom is once again going to be falling down up to 61%. There was no invisible boundary available, and with that huge amount of healing removed from the board, Shikigami crumble.
Great split from Navi. Like, Jerky goes in with Let the Devil Out, but it's just Jerky and Trust Me ahead of the rest of the pack. Everybody else stacks with the backline. Rajara with the Freedom Charge gives the sustainability to survive through Dance with the Butterflies from Leola's, so no trades, no opportunity for Shikigami to claw back into that fight on second stage when they hit things like Eternal Bond or Invisible Boundary. They will have those up and available to them before Navi, which is why we're seeing them be a little bit more aggressive and proactive here, but Navi also disrupting that walk-up. Trust Me and Rojaro trading their positions, allowing Terra the freedom of space to turn around and take down Frost Mountain before Shikigami can even commit to the walk. And I mean, they're not going to commit ultimates when they're stuck in this open space. This is just a matter of getting out before you lose more players.
To match a little bit.
And Navi have literally locked them in their spawn point at this point. Shikigami have no way to push up right now. We are going to see Navi back up for a little bit of a reset. They don't want to get caught too far out of position. They would rather have that high ground. But overall, Shikigami, they have the Eternal Bond. They almost have Invisible Boundary. That could be their opportunity, as Navi are currently a little bit behind in terms of strategy ultimate charge. But overall, it's about
same Terra. Okay, a lot of people are saying they want Terra back on 100T.
I mean, great disruption as well coming through from Rajaro, the Captain America just going in alone, forcing Shikigami to have to turn and peel and then getting out while still surviving. Is allowing Crook actually to be about to hit Fate of both worlds as well. Name opens up the fight with Eternal Bond, but they still lose. Kaya, Kumeho Unleashed comes on out now from Fate, and alongside Terra with that Apex Predator, as Shikigami lend themselves a little bit too close to the cliffside and clears out the players before there's any opportunity of Invisible Boundary. Isidore's still kicking, but unfortunately falls now, which means I don't think there's any opportunity. Oh, yes, just in time. Kaya gets the Strange Portal. Frost Mountain sacrifices the Wolverine cooldown of the Feral Lunge, and it is into Lindstrom's Invisible Boundary, but I mean, Jerky with the Let the Devil Out just goes through the portal and catches two.
Fate of both worlds means that Na'Vi is sustaining through this beautiful freedom charge for last-ditch effort, but it's not enough sustain. Kaya falls down to the butterfly. It's literally all they have left unless Cross Mountain can stay up in this fight, but they're off the point again, and Na'Vi take the first map in a 2-0. A beautiful zone on the portal as everyone came through. They were staggered on the reinforcements, so they had the numbers disadvantage, got caught out with the Let the Devil out for huge amounts of damage, and lost 2 people before the fight even started.
Fate with an MVP on the White Fox as
First
well.
one.
I know that America with Valentina Eve yesterday was showing what exactly White Fox was capable of, but so too are Na'Vi. Also, shout out Level 1 Crook for yet again managing to perfectly time the lunar freeze of the app.
Okay, I want to read this real quick. So Rivals posted a really long tweet like 20 minutes ago. Strict enforcement against hold on. Strict enforcement against mouse macro usage. Dear Rivals, recently our scanners have picked up some anomalies in the time stream. Some players are using mouse macros during matches, executing abnormal combo sequences to achieve actions beyond normal hand speed. Macros, in-game macros? Giving these users unfair extra advantage that severely undermines game fairness, negatively affects competitive experience of honest players, and has detrimental impact on overall game environment. Therefore, we would like to make the following statement clear. The use of mouse macros is a strict violation of the rules. Whether you're using macros to pull off impossible combos or to achieve superhuman APM, you're destroying the fairness of the game. Ooh! Yes. Say it loud. Say it loud. Once confirmed, we will bring the hammer down strictly in accordance with our rules. Let's be perfectly clear. Letting a machine do the work for you is absolutely not skill. Macros are just unfair advantage gained through villainous means. Yeah, okay, lock in. To maintain a fair and healthy game environment, we have further strengthened our detection and identification capabilities regarding mouse macro behavior. For accounts confirmed to be using mouse macros through system detection and manual review, we will take penalizing measures based on the severity of the circumstances included, but not limited to the following: matchmaking suspension, temporary account ban, long-term account ban, permanent account ban. We urge all players to cherish your accounts and not to take chances. Any attempt to gain unfair advantage through mouse macros will be met with serious consequences. We are committed to providing a fair, just, and healthy competitive environment for all players. Thank you for ongoing understanding and support of all efforts to maintain game integrity. We encourage all players to actively report violations, stay vigilant, keep fighting for justice, and defend the integrity of our chronoverse side by side. Wow. That's serious. This is some, like, they've talked about, Rivals has talked about cheating before. I don't know if I just am misremembering, but this is like very intense language, which I appreciate. Letting a machine do work for you is not skill. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Because I agree. Huh. I didn't really know this was a problem. Mouse macros. This is the first I've heard of it. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Sneak diss at AI. Yeah. That's great. Why are people so insecure to have to use these things in games? Same with cheaters. Why do you waste your time if you're gonna cheat? I hope this is another Apex Legends situation where Logitech's new mouse clicks are so fast the system thinks people are cheating. I wonder. I didn't realize until recently actually how common cheating is in Rivals. Like how easy it is to just like download mods. I mean, even just a lot of people, I don't know why Rivals hasn't come down more severely on this. People modding their game to change the visual experience, especially like getting rid of fog and camera shake. Like that's part of the game. That is part of it. Yeah, you don't like it. I don't like it either. But like yeah, you don't get to see through fog. It's part of the map. Why do clicks need to be fast in the first place? Probably just some, I mean, it's just some sort of exploit to pull off combos or to negate any possible like human delay. But human delay, that's part of that is it's part of the game. I hope Rivals keeps coming down hard on cheating. I love how severe they were. Seriously. Oof. Okay.
Aether going in, not taking damage while you're in your opponent's backline is
Hi
just
Chusky,
massive.
where are we at
See
in
that while
feeling
also
for
White
season
Fox being
7?
Okay against Dante, against Dive
Good.
itself with a little bit of crowd control.
Feeling good.
I think one of the things
I
for the
haven't
draft,
played
like,
a
we've
ton
seen
of
a lot
comp.
of like
I
Gambit
pretty much did my
one-sided or
placement
Elsa
matches.
one-sided. Like that first ban sort of dictates a lot. But because we
I did my placement matches and then did
we were like, okay, we ban out both.
two days of comp, and I personally I think I was just feeling a little off, and I was mostly playing tank, so it could have been that, just like general discomfort, which is fine. But I think I'll be back on Monday. To do like a longer
We're in the early stages
climb.
of pre-season here. This is the time where teams are going to like.
I mean, I like
start
it.
experiment with things,
I like
especially
the
in
changes a
matches
lot.
like this against a team
The
like Na'Vi, where you know they are probably
ult charge nerf I think was really needed. It's just there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of opportunity for you to adjust, for you to try
It's just taking people. It's just such a big change that people are still getting used to like the rhythm.
for a second map.
So there's been
Here comes the dive.
some.
Here comes the dive. I mean,
I've just seen some pretty
when they go on the
crazy
defense,
plays.
They'll get the opportunity to play something, potentially like dive themselves, maybe counter dive.
And
or
it's
something
been
like
somewhat
enable
frustrating
setup,
to play with
as we,
people who
see a
like
continuation
don't read the
Shikigami
patch
going to
notes
be
and
banning
don't
out that Gambit,
keep
and
themselves
Navi
up to
once
date on
again
what's going
for
on.
the ban onto the Elsa.
Like,
Shikigami going to go for
there are
the
people coming back
save
after
onto the
like
Gambit
months of
this
not
time,
playing,
it
so
looks like.
I think
As
I'm just
Navi, do
gonna
they
wait
go
to
for
play
the
comp
low-key
until
band here into
next
a
week.
lead onto Terra, getting to save the Elsa Bloodstone. Yeah, there's the low-key.
It's
Say
okay,
goodbye
Yuki,
to
because you
God of
watched
Mischief.
stream.
And hello,
And
Elsa
we spent like 3
Bloodstone
hours.
in 3, 2,
No, we spent an hour
1,
reading the patch notes, I think.
1.5, 0.5, 0.25. Yeah, there
There we
it
go.
is. Elsa's going to be locked in exactly.
So many
as
people
we
were
would
blaming their
expect
keyboards
when
and
you
mouse
have
for the
one
game,
of
thinking they
the
were cheating. It
best
became a whole thing,
duelists that
got
have
proven
been
wrong and
released for Marvel
corrected.
Rivals, and one of the best duelist players
Interesting.
that we have seen in Marvel Rivals.
People
You
who
put
use
them
player
into the same
trackers.
You give them those abilities together.
Yeah,
Shikigami
I
there
think
going
any.
to
I
take a
mean,
look once again at a possible one-sided Deadpool as they're going to take that away.
I don't know exactly where Rival
Na'Vi,
stands
they
on
respond
mods
with
because
Frenzy
some mods are
Frost. They
allowed. Like I don't see
remove
people
the
getting banned
Daredevil.
for
This time it is
skin
actually targeted,
modifications
even
and
though they
stuff.
had a solid start. They
But
got
like
what to
map
deal with it in that
changes
too.
and
I mean, if you have to attack, right? The Daredevil's already going to be in a position. He'll be able to call
I
out
don't
all of
know.
your rotations. as well as
It's also tough
potentially
though
when you're
because
defending,
Rivals is such a
get
big game. Like the game file is huge, and I know it's really heavy on the graphics card. So I do understand the incentive to get more frames through like reducing the graphics, but it gets to a point, you know. Like it gets to a point. If you can see through fog, and if everything else is like white, and the characters are colorful, like that is cheating. But I do hate the the tracker mains that can see all this information about people before the game even starts. There's been so much cheating recently. Well, hey, if you just got here, you'll like to see. Maybe this will lift your spirits. There's Rivals just tweeted about mouse macro usage, very strict enforcement, and speaking against cheating. So, sounds like they're working on it.
Doubt that's probably gonna make
Oh
it
no,
out
it's not the
of
mouse. It's
spawn.
like
Now
a
he's gonna be starting
input.
on the
It's like a
defense,
code.
which means that Shikigami choosing it to attack.
It's like an
on this
auto
map.
click.
They have a lot of options.
Yeah, it's a software.
flexibility
Yeah,
here,
it's a
and they're
software.
hovering on some interesting stuff. We'll see how much of that makes it out the door. But the fact that
wow, this
Navi
map
is
is
taking
so
a
pretty.
lot longer to decide what they want to roll out with here does
I never
potentially
get,
show a little
you
bit of a
never
good
look
sign
at
for
all this.
Shikigami's draft this time.
Oh, I told you in the break, there are certain people that you can't allow to get a hold of Loki, and Crook is
Loki
one
on this
of
map
them.
is so
Faye, I think, was thinking about going White Fox, but we should note this is not played on the latest patch on live, where the White Fox retains the tails
Cheating
when she
Hawkeye,
spawns, and also when the Loki goes
Widow.
for the copy onto her. So it looks like a decision is actually made to move Fate off of the White Fox and onto the Cloak and Dagger instead. Good way of reacting to that dive, but also good way of reacting to Shikigami's composition, because we talked about, strength of players being able to get all the way around Central Park. Look at what Shikigami are running. We're back in a Prime Torch Ultron meta. We've got the Angela, the Ultron, the Mantis, and the Human Torch. But not quite the Mantis with the rest of the team, because Terra goes aggressive and takes the Mantis out ahead of time.
The plan forward is to split the team into 2 sets of 3. One
The maps
set of
are
3
really
literally
beautiful.
flies
It's
around
true.
the map and starts attacking from behind, sieging from above with their flying abilities. The other side pushes down main, causes a little bit of
background.
grief. But the problem with that is you are running Vanguard, Deadpool, Invisible Woman, and Mantis. That is a solid amount of healing and a good amount of damage, but Mantis doesn't have a lot of protection if the Elsa is able to get onto them quick enough.
Oh,
Go for a
great
quick
force
burst.
physics.
But great capitalization by Shikigami, punishing a second attempt by Navi to go for a blow-up here, taking down 3 members. And Trust me is already moving over to Strange, realizing that can snowball out of hand really quickly.
I mean, yeah, Rajara
Good
is going to
strat
be
from,
intercepted
Shikigami to
potentially by
break in there.
Isidore, body blocking as well. Leola's entirely out of danger, is going to be able to carve through Terra as well and continue putting the pressure onto Navi, who have no angle control currently. They're just having to hold their position onto the point and wait for level 1 Crook to hit the win condition of the Loki ultimate, which will afford them a little bit more space and a lot of confidence to go forward aggressively towards Shikigami's side of the map. Level 1 Crook, he's got the ultimate open for him. Navi waiting for that opportunity. Terror goes low, and they've already lost Jerky. The regeneration domain a little bit too slow in its activation as we get the Eternal Bond, allowing Navi to walk forward.
Counter portal just came out there for a little bit of cutting off the escape route from the members of Navi to try and capitalize. Here comes the Rage of Ultron to power onto the backline. The Dagger Storm for a little bit of protection is going to force out the Eternal Bond from Fate to allow the mirror, meaning that currently only ultimate in play, while a lot of clones are charged up, is the Supernova. But Shikigami
Dang, they almost had it.
Yeah, they've already got 2 charged up. They're all going to try and push it. Invisible Battery is burned, and that's going to allow Navi to push back, forcing Shikigami to pull the trigger, make the most of the heal while it's up, and try and get something out of it.
Wow, Rajar actually held on to Meteor Am for so long through that Torch ultimate. Terra gets hit by Banhammer, does have the peel available from the team with the Bulwark coming through from Rajar's end, and Navi actually, with level 1 Crook's regeneration domain, have been able to stabilize that position. Eye Vakamoto catches Name. Soul Resurgence does not afford CC immunity, but no follow-up damage comes through as Shikigami are keeping
really
Navi occupied behind the point itself. Kaya went in super deep, managing to take out level 1 Crook. And also take out Navi's sustainability. There goes their defense, and we head into the second point on Central Park, with Shikigami already making a play to grab a lot of space. And look at Navi's change-up. We're getting Jerky on the Wolverine. This isn't to deal with Isidore on that Doctor Strange. This is for a fastball potential to keep up the pressure onto the Flyers.
How can you deal with flyers? You can play a hit scan and try and ping them out the sky and just try and whittle them down, but there is an extra bit of healing from them.
Could you guys, if you're on Twitter, could you do me a favor?
Guardian shield, it's going to be difficult to get a beautiful pickup from Isidore, or you could literally remove.
Could you go
them
drop
from
a
their
like
team
on this
and try and
tweet?
Capitalize that way. That could be with the Hulk catching about the sky or the Wolverine, but right now they're not getting the chance because great lockdown there. But it is still Shikigami with so much momentum.
A little
right now,
like?
cutting off every reinforcement that Navi sent their way, one by one. And this is a fantastic start from Shikigami in map number 2.
Yeah, Jerky, though,
Thank
is now onto the
you,
Star-Lord,
thank
which, in my opinion, is actually a much more effective and consistent counter against both the Ultron and the Torch, especially when you weigh Galactic Legends
we do have another
up against
half
Rage
of
of
a
Ultron. That is
sponsor.
only if the Star-Lord is given the space to get on
could.
top of the Flyers, however. Kyra's going to come on through with a Banhammer. Navi do not have a strategist ultimate to be able to sustain through this. Instead, it's a focus on Terra, just going past Shikigami's whole team and finding the catch onto Leila's with the Elsa's primary. Does trade that position and life to Name, however, to be able to set that one up. But by taking out the Ultron, you've removed the threat of Shikigami walking forward with the Rage of
Mantis,
Ultron,
see, I really
and
like
Navi get an
Mantis here
opportunity
with
to
this
stabilize
team.
their position.
She can, just trading heals in the backline with their panic
heal
pings
and
as they
inspire
get pulled down. Navi are putting so much attention right now.
the Flyers and just let them go, you know.
Getting a lot of freedom from Shikigami, Rage of Ultron. Kumiho is unleashed for the counter, but it's melted through by the Rage of
Invis can
Ultron. All that
provide
healing
those
removed from
emergency
the
heals.
board, and Navi are being cleaned off the board here, forced to use the Fate of Both Worlds to try and sustain through with just one strategist and two duelists buying time, trying to burn through that clock, and then maybe give an opportunity for Navi to reinforce, but with it being a 3 versus 6, this is Shikigami just picking them up one by one and looking for that
clicked on it at 7:40. I'm
He's
so
still doing
back to
such a good
sleep.
job as well
Good
of
morning,
keeping
hot dog.
Jerky on his toes while also looking for those
Thank
spear
you.
disruptions into the back line. Navi, by the way, the back line has...
Yeah, we're I'm up this early because we're watching some PAX East events. So there's one more that we're gonna watch at 9 a.m. in about 20 minutes. But we're watching some games in between. Some rebels. Marble level.
Down as well. The Heaven's Retribution to pair alongside Frost Mountain's ultimate will forge a retreat to try to conserve their numbers as the Angela comes back so quickly. Navi take initiative moving forward with first ultimate, but Shikigami with the Soul Resurgence managed to sustain through it and turn the tide against Navi instead, catching the disengaging players as well with the speed boost that the Mantis ultimate grants.
The speed boost, the damage boost, and just the hypermobility of that torch, showing that it still has something in the tank, able to just chase them down beautifully. Fantastic soul resurgence to keep them in that fight, and now they're building up towards another Banhammer and their own Heaven's Retribution to try and capitalize to see if they can catch Navi on their way out of spawn. Trust me, is on the flank, looking for an opening, looking for someone to cut it.
Really good
and
hack.
as Galactic Legend comes on out, forcing the initial engage already,
gotta
but the
take out Terra.
backline is getting turned into a blender by Kaya as Isidore takes down one. Frost Mountain makes it 2, and Navi's defenses are shattered. Shikigami are pushing into the throne room.
Jerky's onto the
Well
Hella,
done.
just so you can surpass Ultimate Economy and have a potential hit scan 2-tapping the Flyers with the Ultron and the Torch, both vulnerable
It is
up in
East
the
Coast,
open
yeah.
air. Lindstrom, though, with the Invisible Woman, the Guardian Shield staggering in front of them, denies Jerky the opportunity, just like Isidore denies Terra the opportunity of clutching things up for Navi as we head to this final checkpoint. Crook's not able to get on to the point in time, a hair away from Fate.
Dang, that's impressive. Yeah, they asked me when they reached out to cover the event. They had me look at a couple options. So I picked 2 and I was like, oh, this one's at 10 and this one's at noon. That's perfect. Like I could totally do that. And then after like we had agreed on everything and like everything got signed, my manager was like, reminder that these are EST times. Oh! Right. That's fine. I'll honor my commitments. I'll just take a nap. Would you ever shoutcast? I don't think that that is within my skill set. real-time commentary on plays, I just don't think. I think I have other skills, speaking skills. I don't think real-time commentary, precise commentary is really where my skills lie. So probably no.
Angela has been doing so much work into
What I'd rather
denying
do is
the
post-game
opportunity
interviews.
to be able to do just that. Like normally if you want to play these flyers, you would address the Star-Lord in the ban draft, but by removing the gambit, leaving the Star-Lord open, they've just been able to assign Isidore to get that problem solved instead, as Jerky's actually going to go to the name or Terra already
nice
fallen
pick.
to the amount of incoming pressure from Shikigami's end. One-sided Mantis means 12% damage boost, so all of these hits are really going to hurt. With Navi running Fate on the Jeff and level 1 Crook on the Invis, there's not a lot of great burst healing to stand up to the amount of damage that Shikigami's side can output when they have these defensive positions, and Navi are funneled into one main choke to walk directly into all of it.
Look at the positioning of them here. You can just see everyone's hovering around the top of the courtyard, just making sure that they have full cover and drawing their attention, not just from left to right, but from right,
almost
but up
got
and
him.
down. You're taking damage from Mag if you step forward. You're taking damage from Torch from above. You've got your attention so
This is a
split
positioning
here, and that's
nightmare,
forcing
this
Na'Vi
comp.
to try and go for these isolations. As trust me,
Shiki's
trying
comp.
to match Isidore, trying to make something happen here, and they're trying to make it through that gateway, utilizing the Monstro from the Namor on the backline. The Crook is down again. Trust me, is down again,
too.
and Na'Vi are cleaned off the board. They've yet to touch the point, Moxie.
That's really unfortunate as well for Na'Vi, because like you're taking this amount of incoming damage, you're looking for level 1 Crook to build.
Interviewing devs, like yeah, or interviewing players. Like I think my strength is more in reflective commentary, not in real time in the moment commentary, you know? Like getting to the heart of it, that kind of stuff. I think that's where my skills are best shown. Ooh, trap on the health pack. That's cool.
Like hopefully on a shield being able to keep level 1 Crook out, but there is no form of protection, and they lose the invisible boundary way too early.
Terra lost on the board, picked off by Lindstrom, who's been
I think I need to watch a lot more pro play though before I'd be ready to comment.
Repel them again. They still have soul
like I don't think I have the game knowledge.
They do have 3 ultimates in their pocket here. They have access to that Apex
to do real-time commentary anyway.
This is a fantastic map for us, Jeff, due to the very close environmental
but that's something that could
fix.
fix. I could fix.
Set up for the Horn of Proteus outside of that Apex Predator. So we'll have to see where that gets dropped by Jerky. Supernova will be first onto the board, looking into that backline. Does a lot of damage, forcing, trust me, to massively isolate themselves from their
He's
team.
gonna need to get a health pack and try to dive.
Oh, Blessing of the Deep's already burned. Jerky's about to fall to Isidore, clearing out the lane. Namor gone, Horn of Proteus put on hold. And Shikigami yet again going to stay off Navi's approach. They might even be able to find a late elimination onto Rajara here, who is so incredibly low. No, it's onto Terra instead, and that's even worse.
Beautiful
Terra
snipe.
was getting into a position to be on an off angle with the Apex Predator to put the pressure onto Shikigami's back line. Unfortunately for him though, like where does Apex Predator even go? Potentially it catches Lindstrom, but it's not going to catch
that
half
sounds
of
like
the team
some
who
quick
are
play
literally up in
shenanigans.
the air. Glartox might be many things, but it doesn't have wings.
Please tell me that wasn't
moved on
Kong.
to the Iron Man just to try and unibeam someone out the sky. If they can get in there close and to ping the front line from a distance. Rajmar is able to get the engage onto Isidore, but they turn around, grab Jerky, and Kaya finishes it off.
So we got Iron Man now?
Execution. Isidore is just the king of the skies at this point. As right now, Shikigami, they're down to only having to hold for
It was quick play, okay.
that's good.
Don't listen to
Grabbing,
anything
trust me,
anyone
and we
says
might
in
have
quick
to see
play.
a portal from Na'Vi just to have any chance to contest this here. Jerky's on the Daredevil now.
Quick play is a nonsense game mode for fun and whatever.
Shikigami, they know there is some fighting going on. Fate rushes in.
You're gonna have to like.
Potentially touch the point for the overtime, but they will be able to do.
Ooh, beautiful sleep. Yes.
Looking for Fate. The Jeff coming on in to see if they can grab someone. The duel between Terra and Frostbound, and he finally takes it. Able to isolate them. Fate is taken
they're not
down.
gonna do it.
Into the backline for the Invisible Woman to take out the healing.
No.
For the Elsa, and not able to find them. Rajaro goes down as overtime is ticking off the board. Jerky's looking for a portal. It doesn't matter though.
Holy, what a
It's
smackdown.
done. Like, yes, Na'Vi were able to get
Hey, it's
invisible
1-1.
boundary on the field, but they're not able to hold that
Amazing
position
gameplay
with the
dish. Thank
actual
you, Slow.
invisible woman. She has to
Good
go
morning and
unseen
welcome.
with the threat of Meteor M. Like, we got to see just that.
Thank you,
From
I'm really
Level 1
good.
Crook's own POV. Invisible woman off of the point, not able to heal the rest of the team, because if you stay too close, that Meteor
Okay, we
is
got
going to come
15
right
minutes
for you.
till the
Shikigami,
next
full
event.
hold Na'Vi. I mean, we said threat level 7.5 or higher. Shikigami defending Central Park with that composition. Threat level through the roof. We surpassed level 10.
I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. If you look at the healing numbers, the Ultron, who now has those 2 drones, kept up with the Mantis while doing 15k damage. That's more than Rajma. That's more than Terra. Leo just absolutely doing an incredible
I love to
job.
see in
The
like an
zoning
off meta
potential,
comp
but you called it earlier, even though the most
do
KOs
so
for
well.
final hits does go over to
Just
Frost
amazing
Mountain,
map
it's
awareness.
Isidore with the positioning.
And
Able to
positioning.
find people, isolate people.
So
and
inspiring to watch
control
that.
that battlefield. Na'Vi were never able to get the flanks or the sneaky positions,
Hi,
or
Mom.
even just
Good
get
morning.
through main without being harassed and
Thank you for the 72-month
I mean,
resub.
it's the casualties. It's
Navi
the casualties
gives
from
me
the
bad
Shikigami that
vibes.
tell the full story, right?
Do you know
Na'Vi
any of
goes
the
down
players?
Once, Leolas twice, Lindstrom once, Kaya once.
Hmm,
So the
I
fact
only
that
know
you're
of
playing
one.
Flyers who should be vulnerable and
Thanks,
get picked apart by
Kansas.
Na'Vi, who
Sorry you got
constantly
timed
cycle
out
through so many
earlier
different
when you
attempts
said.
at dealing with those Flyers. We saw the Wolverine fastball, we saw the Star-Lord. Like you pointed out, we saw break glass in case of emergency.
just purely vibes. For the vibes.
Just to have the Unibeam tracking to blitz down.
The Navi plays were the first Ignite winners when they were on Rad. Ah. Bio. What are those placements? Zin, you haven't done your placements? Actually, I kind of respect that. I did my placements on a Saturday. Who am I? Who am I? Oh. Who is she? Okay, we got 10 more minutes till the next panel. I think I'm gonna use this opportunity to use the restroom. And still place D1? Yeah, true. I'm D2 now, but it's okay. Not that far off. I think I'm just gonna give it a little bit more time for people to adjust to the new gameplay rhythm, because it is different. It's very different. Bands are different. Having 2 additional bands is different. So the games just have felt very chaotic and like confusing. My projected GM3 so we'll see. I believe GM2 for you. I believe GM1 for you, Zen. And then you're gonna carry us in MRC. Which I am gonna text you about today after I wake up from a nap. After this.
last time that we saw Na'Vi losing in the like sort of main Marvel rival circuit was Grand Finals against Virtus Pro, and it's been a while since then, but Shikigami surprising with an interesting composition. Now Na'Vi do have the choice of map. Moxie, I think it would be crazy and hyperbolic to be like ban out stuff like the Torch or the Ultron or the Angela, but we are going to the Museum of Contemplation, so Angela actually probably isn't a bad shout of a ban.
Yeah, but I mean, this is
To
not a
watch the
good map
first
for
bit of
Torch,
this, but then,
given the fact that there's
be switching
not a
back
lot of
over
cover, and
for
when you
the-
break around those corners, it's
the
into
panel.
very long angles, which are very nice and open. So I feel like for Na'Vi, at least this being a BO3, they don't have to worry about going back to a convergence, where they would, I'm sure, run into that triple strategist Torch
I
Ultron
barely
composition
have
yet
gotten
again.
to play on Museum of Contemplation, like maybe.
Tetra, what do you sort of
maybe
want to see, like
4
the
times
adjustments
in
from
comp.
Na'Vi? Like, are there any players that, like, even though it seemed that the whole team was a little bit perplexed on how to deal with that composition for
One above
Shikigami,
all.
were there any players that you felt were like, I just need to see a little bit more of you, and if I do, Na'Vi have a strong chance of coming back into it?
Honestly, no. I think everyone on Na'Vi played well. It's just they were outdrafted in terms of the setup here. I'm just happy if this is, as Moxie said in a previous day, this is a amazing map for dive because there are so many flanking positions where you can just wrap around and cause issues. And literally before the break,
Yeah,
we
there's
were
so many
saying
rooms.
need Na'Vi to maybe go somewhere a
Hi,
bit more dive
Pistoia.
friendly.
Good
And
morning.
it's exactly what they want. If we're going to see Na'Vi bring it back,
Yeah,
this
MRC is
a
open
really
invite,
good
so
place
any
to do so.
anyone,
I wouldn't be surprised if this does
any
go
team
to
can
one
sign
Na'Vi's
up.
favor, but we saw Shikigami have
And
a
then
really
the
solid draft
top
in that second
teams
map,
make
so
it
we know
to
they can bring it
Ignite,
against
which is
Na'Vi
the
and bring something they don't
professional
expect.
tournament.
This is their opportunity to keep this momentum going and maybe prove
Good
themselves.
morning.
I do find it really funny
You woke up
that,
late?
like, the draft
Wait,
was so focused
this
on
is
making
late
some
for
of the
you?
lists out for Frostmountain, you know, Daredevil, anything sort of melee focused, and it's like, you have no idea what I'm about to do to you guys. It really, like, that's a surprising thing that it really did seem to throw, like, Na'Vi for a
almost
loop
noon.
there. But I think one of the characters
It's
that was
Saturday.
picked and one-sided for Shikigami,
Right?
Na'Vi even, I imagine would be the same here, Moxie, would be Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean,
Truthfully,
for
I'm
sure,
not really
both
sure about that,
times we've
Yvonne.
got to see Na'Vi really like want to go to Museum of Contemplation, and as Tetra mentioned, this map is really, really good for dive if you want to play a full dive composition, or
5
if you want
PM
to just
for you?
commit half of your team and more
Who
rely on the
cares?
space
Saturday.
that sending like a solo Venom in does manage to create for the rest of the composition.
Sunday?
Tetra, I think, for
Man.
this is exactly what you want to see out of groups. Like Na'Vi looking like a strong freight train favorite still in this series, sure, but Shikigami throwing in a lot of curveballs and surprises so early in the tournament.
It's amazing to see. We were looking at this group being like there is a lot of potential for upsets, and already Shikigami coming in, showing us exactly what they can do. I'm going to tell you who's going to be enjoying this the most. Heretics are going to be sitting and watching, because they do not play today. Just like, write that down, and just enjoying every minute of this as we head into the draft. And once again, one-sided Gambit, one-sided Elsa, and a secure on the Elsa being hovered for Na'Vi.
I mean, it feels like Na'Vi have this very strong identity on all maps of just get Terra Elsa as quickly as possible, since you can solo clutch out a whole lot of these fights. But one thing that like we're really seeing teams manage to take advantage of if they're able to secure the Gambit is the fact that Gambit empowers so much. If you ban out Elsa, it's like, okay, we've banned out Elsa, we don't really have to worry about what else that Elsa is
I
going
have
to
the
have access
PAX,
to. If
live
Gambit
stream
gets
open.
through the draft, though, you have to really start thinking like, is it worth burning a ban on Rogue? Do
So
we have to
might need to
target
switch
out
over
the
kinda quick here. I'm
Star-Lord?
just
Sort of the
monitoring to
similar
see if
things
they,
that we got
start
to
late.
see in the last series on Heart of Heaven. So as we can see, like, Gambit is a save from Shikigami's side. Na'Vi instantly have to react with that Loki ban.
One protect on Gambit immediately dictating so much of the rest of Na'Vi's draft of how much they're willing to give on up. The Loki ban comes on out, and they're looking to once again potentially secure themselves a one-sided Daredevil, but they flip it. They're going to take out
Bye-bye,
the
yo.
Venom. They know that Shikigami do play a little bit of that symbiote themselves.
Oh yeah, movie
so
night
being able to
tonight
pressure
in
the
Discord.
backline could still be very
Pirates,
tough to
right?
deal with, as we already mentioned. Flanking with verticality is Venom's bread and butter, being able to climb literally around the map and find good positioning that way. But that does open Shikigami up to potentially get Frost back on that Daredevil. but they secure the Deadpool instead. They know
The
the
first
Deadpool's
team
good,
getting
but
the
they'd rather
ban
have
and
that little bit of burst damage and
protect is,
flexibility to potentially put a duelist on the Deadpool.
that just sets the tone for the whole
Yeah,
game.
they also removed the Jeff as well, so even
the
if
meta, at
Na'Vi do
least.
manage to secure a Venom for their side, it won't be with the symbiotic shenanigans. That being said, Venom doesn't rely solely on that cooldown, especially, as you said, on this map, which has a lot of focus around first corner, especially on verticality, and Venom literally being able to start the fight above on the wall, drop down, disrupt, and get back up, all while creating a whole lot of space for the rest of his team to make a play off of, is going to be something that I'm sure we get to see from Navi's side, considering the fact that they actually go for a save, taking Shikigami's opportunity of banning
But you
the
can watch
Venom
in your
out
game
away.
client.
So instead they turn their attention to level 1 Crook's hero pool, removing the Loki, as I would assume this will be the lock coming out. Yep, there we go. Loki is just too strong, both in neutral and your ultimate abilities, and being able to get out and disengage everything. So for Na'Vi, it feels yet again we're going to see these like 2 win conditions. Trust me, creating space on the Venom, with Jerky getting to play alongside him and funneling the information of when and where to hit, and in the meantime, Terra taking advantage of all of the chaos and looking to actually find the eliminations that will stick.
Does allow Fate to go back onto that White Fox, with Crook potentially empowering them with that team up, as that is what they start the hover with. We'll see if that's what they roll out with, as they are going to be starting on attack here. This was Na'Vi's map choice. They've got themselves some solid dive to start us off with. They've got the Venom, they've got Captain America here coming back in, a Na'Vi special, and of course they do have the option for that one-sided Daredevil to give them the ability to scout out ahead and choose exactly where to dive, and so they can also have it on defense to see where Shikigami choose to engage them from. Shikigami,
Do you have a
though,
mod in
they're
here that
starting
can
a little
pin?
bit more
No, probably
dive
not.
heavy
I got it.
themselves, with Rogue coming in with that Gambit team up, the Wolverine to give even more isolation, and if anyone they grab with that Wolverine, they have a Vanguard Deadpool to isolate them.
I mean, Frost Mountain on this Wolverine could actually play to just counter-grab Navi's Vanguards when they show up for those dive hits, turning what should be a soft dive into a forced hard dive and punishable hit. Because if you're Shikigami, you don't want to commit the dive. You want to actually go for a brawlier playstyle, which suits both the Deadpool and the Rogue to a T. If they go for a dive hit, then Na'Vi would punish with things like the Luna and the White Fox, and we can actually see Fate's moved onto the Rocket instead. Great force physics coming on through from Lindstrom, setting up the elimination onto Terra, and Na'Vi losing a lot of dash potential, although they're still able to trade it out. Kaya falls, and that's absolutely huge because Kaya would have hit the ban hammer in the first fight.
Crook able to get a pickup of their own here, and is building up towards a fate of both worlds extremely quickly, allowing the setup.
Dang,
the
halfway to
slow
ult
push from
already
Na'Vi,
on
but look at the
Luna.
positioning of Fate there. Not staying immediately on the point, pulling forwards and back until they know where
Noises?
Shikigami are, so they don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
caught out of position.
I'm
Once
keeping
they see
tabs
it,
on
they know
the
they can move
panel
forward
to
and
make sure that I don't miss
forward to get the
anything.
healing output as the backline is being dove onto as aggressively as they can by Na'Vi, taking out Lindstrom. Jerky is taken off the map, exactly what you were talking about, by Frost Mountain on that Wolverine.
Welcome
But
back,
numbers
Sam.
heavily in Na'Vi's favor, forcing Shikigami to back up. Kaya's going to look for a portal, meaning that they might try and touch that point for one last delay. Beautiful lockdown to try and delay, but Rogue's going to be able to move her way in and
Roll
touch the point
flush.
at least for a little bit of a delay. Raging Roll Flush available, coming on out from Na'Vi.
Ooh,
To this
big.
place, everyone on the board. It's so early in this matchup, but every second
Big
you burn
grab.
through, every minute you hold them on this first point is going to be great for the defensive team, and in that case, Shikigami are more than happy to burn that cooldown.
Yeah, the problem is that with Na'Vi going for this dive, like Shikigami having to give up so much space to react to it, there's zero pressure coming out on Fate and level 1 Crook in comparison to the nightmare that Name and Lindstrom are both facing. It did allow, though, Nami to have that first strategist ultimate up and Na'Vi nothing to be able to match it. This time, the same cannot be said. Invisible boundary from Lindstrom is potentially going to be forced, having to be used to give them the opportunity of burning through the Cosmic Gun Amplifier, and they all get carried outside of it by the Apex Predator of Terror, sending the Glottrox right through. This time Shikigami don't have a reliance as well on a Gambit ultimate to flip the fight. It's the last stand instead, pinning so many players onto the convoy and setting Shikigami up to potentially trade and maybe win out this fight. They think it's winnable, Tetcha. Heartbreaker is ripped through, unfortunately, though, and Layla's investing the Galactic Legend means that Shikigami have so little to grab in.
Okay. I'm going back to the PAX PAX panel. It is time.
Field against the shape of pure evil, Michael Myers. In this quintessential slasher simulator, our playable cast of civilian characters desperately attempt to save their neighbors and themselves from the omnipresent boogeyman, while Michael fixates on stalking and slaying his targets. Halloween provides familiar elements fans of the genre know and love, but we're incredibly excited to pull back the curtain and unveil more details that demonstrate our commitment to delivering our most robust, dynamic, and terrifying multiplayer offering yet. Michael Myers is a creeping, methodical killer, and on Halloween night, Haddonfield becomes his hunting ground. The boogeyman's primary desire is to eliminate every living resident in this quiet town, but he also begins each match with a list of special targets that supply greater rewards if killed before time expires. These unfortunate residents are positioned across various sites in the map, and Michael players are empowered to use their nightmare suite of abilities to locate, terrorize, and ultimately execute their victims and anyone bold enough to interfere with their bloodthirsty ambitions.
Can you play
Killer
as the good
Sense
guys?
allows players to step behind the mask and stalk the residents of Haddonfield. When using this skill and entering the first-person perspective, Michael becomes aggressively aware of his surroundings and the proximity of potential prey. By focusing on targets with murderous intent, Michael builds varying levels of stalk, which aid him in identifying and tracking targets and open increasingly satisfying options for executions. An effective killer always keeps their victims unaware of their presence until those final fatal moments. While historically Michael Myers isn't known for his speed, fundamental abilities like shape jump amplify the shape's mobility with hauntingly unpredictable results. In shape jump, Michael slips into the shadows to move around.
This is a fun and cozy game. True.
Not only does this increase
Very
Michael's
wholesome.
base movement speed, but it also provides access to other powerful traversal options, including shape dash, which sends Michael lunging forward with violent momentum.
So you don't have
Shape
to
jump
stroll
is
the whole time.
confidently one of the most powerful tools at Michael's disposal and supplies unlimited possibilities for iconic jump scare moments.
Stay cool.
However, that potency comes with a few major caveats. Our masked antagonist can only enter and exit shape jump while in the cover of darkness or outside a resident's line of
Ooh,
sight.
I don't like the eyes.
The light may provide temporary reprieve for the residents of Haddonfield, but Michael can work to remove sources of illumination by shutting off lights, cutting power,
Hi, Stinky.
and
Welcome
even
back.
catalyzing
Good morning.
temporary blackouts. Despite the unquestionable malevolence of Michael Myers, his horrifying homecoming to
outfits.
Haddonfield won't be welcomed without resistance. As the body count climbs and evidence of the boogeyman's presence becomes undeniable, local authorities, residents, and distinct playable civilians may decide to gather weapons and face off against evil itself. Thankfully, Michael knows his way around sharp objects and will have multiple options for melee combat encounters. And if especially persistent Haddonfieldites do manage to get the upper hand in an exchange, don't worry.
It's not possible.
We've said it once and we'll say it again. You can't kill the boogeyman.
So you can.
While
I
Michael
wonder how
swiftly
it
endeavors
works.
to turn Haddonfield into a graveyard,
Can
a
you play as
heroic group
both?
of civilian characters desperately attempts to save their neighbors and escape the boogeyman's bloodthirst. As a civilian, it's up to you to find fellow Haddonfield residents, convince them of his malicious intent, and guide them safely to one of several possible randomized escapes located around the map before they meet an
Dead by
untimely
Daylight.
end. This distinctive cast of playable civilian characters each comes equipped with unique stats, special traits, and signature personalities. To ensure no two matches of Halloween play out the same, our team has constructed a vast playground of possibilities in Haddonfield, offering civilians a multitude of diverse gameplay systems to aid them in achieving their objectives and surviving the night. As civilians navigate these environments, they'll uncover points of interest, revealing resident NPCs, lootable containers, hiding places, telephones, possible escape routes, and more. Thoroughly and cautiously exploring your surroundings could very well mean the difference between life and death. And when death
His
comes to your
eyeball.
little town, it's probably not a bad idea to head to your neighbors and contact the local authorities. Civilians are tasked with tracking down surviving residents and warning them of the looming threat. Successful conversations with residents can permit civilians to request additional calls to police, commands to find secure hiding places, or companionship as they navigate
this is
the
gonna be
formerly
such
peaceful
stealth game.
streets of Haddonfield.
Should we stick together? Maybe we're better as a team.
Whether it's a local family friend or the authorities, there's safety in numbers. Once the innocent residents of Haddonfield have been located and persuaded, it's time for the civilians to plan their harrowing escape. Lootable containers scattered throughout the map contain weapons, distractions, and key items that can be used to unlock and access a variety of possible escape routes. The location of these items and escapes changes from match to match, so civilians greatly benefit from adjusting their strategies based on the objects uncovered. It's also worth noting that initiating these escape sequences generates a tremendous amount of noise, which will alert Michael to your exact location. So what happens in the likely event that a civilian becomes another display of Michael's wretched, inhumane nature? Well, their Haddonfield story isn't over just yet. Even in death, they can support their friends and even return as a sheriff's deputy or the unrelenting Dr. Loomis. Once they've re-emerged upon the streets of Haddonfield, they can cooperate with the remaining civilians and responding officers to try and put a stop to Michael's murderous rampage.
Freeze where you are, Michael. You're coming with me.
While he can't be killed, with enough community resistance, the proper equipment, and sheer manpower, he can be detained and shipped back to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Halloween is a legendary film with a genre-defining legacy, and our mission has been to bring the film's unsettling sense of dread to our asymmetrical horror sandbox. By empowering players to control the tension and stage the scares, we're building a multiplayer experience designed with replayability.
That's great that you can play with
We'll have more details to share regarding
friends.
character progression, character traits, customization, proximity chat, and more thrilling gameplay features in the coming months. But we can't wait for all of you to join us when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
Me and Ant and Jake should play this. Ooh, why can't he be killed? Good morning, SJ.
Everyone, and welcome to IllFonic Presents Halloween. Today's panel will be talking about the impact of the original film, the legacy of the franchise, and what it's been like translating that into a video game. My name is Miles Dompierre. I'll be your moderator today. I want to start by introducing our amazing panel. So we're going to go through, we're going to have them share who they are and how they are connected to Halloween. First up, Ryan Freeman.
Hey, everybody. My name is Ryan Freeman, and for the last 14 years, I've helped Malika Cod run all things Halloween and try to help the legacy of this iconic franchise endure. Produced the last 3 films in the franchise and have been lucky enough to be involved in this video game.
Awesome. Next up, we have Jordan Mathewson.
Hello.
Just don't want to be in the way.
I'm the design director at IllFonic, and I've been with IllFonic for almost 10 years at this point, and extremely excited to be here and working on such a amazing franchise and IP and being able to bring it to life in the form of a video game. So,
I'm Jared Gerritsen. I'm Chief Creative Officer and Game Director on the project. Been at IllFonic for a long time, thank you. And it's beyond exciting to be able to talk to people about this. And the next guest, we just need to bring him on.
And yes, obviously last but not least, we are honored to be joined virtually by the man himself, John Carpenter.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with Jared and Jordan. What was it like watching Halloween for the first time? Do you remember the first time you watched this film? Because for so many fans around the world, it's the blueprint. It's the blueprint for that genre.
It's definitely, I mean, I was born in '76. I feel like I'm the oldest person at IllFonic. So I remember that time, and I remember Halloween becoming one of those cultural characters that as a kid, a little kid, seeing the kid wearing a Halloween mask and finding out what it was, and then seeing it for the first time, and then it being so active in that era. I just remember seeing it and seeing Michael show up out of nowhere, and then becoming absolutely afraid of him showing up out of nowhere. And I remember it just being that thing that stuck in my brain that really just always popped into my head, and that was the thing that like I knew we needed to get with this game when we started touching it.
Yep, and not born in the 70s, but being able to come at it from a newer perspective and seeing how timeless something like that can appear to me as I watched it and really basked in the horror that really branched off, and seeing it through a lens of seeing how it evolved over time into so many different things in the genre. It was very special to see and experience for the first time, and so exciting to actually be able to make the video game for it.
That's
I
cool.
don't want to speak for everyone here, but I think all of us remember the first time they saw that movie. I was a small child, about 6 years old, I want to say, when I was
Oh,
introduced to
no.
Halloween. Changed my life forever, maybe for the worst, but who knows? So, Jared, you touched on this briefly, but what was it about this IP in particular that screamed, we need to make a game based on this franchise?
I mean, he's on the panel with us. The Legend of John. You know, I mean, he's done so much, and this is like, you know, at the beginning of it, and you know, it's just one of those things where when we started talking to Malik and Ryan, and you know, the direction was the first film, and we were able to, you know, bring John into it. It's like, we have to do it, but we have to figure out what that game is first before we got really deep into it. And that's the thing about IllFonic that I'm very proud of, is we choose what we work on. We figure out what we want, and we go and find it, and then, you know, it is about the IP holders. And it was really great working with, just meeting Malik and Ryan, and the energy was there, and we got along so well that it was like, I got to go back and we got to figure out what this game is. And then we pitched them.
Yeah, IllFonic does a lot of
working on the game, and then we got to meet John and show them the game. And
film to game
so amazing
adaptations.
to us, where it's like, I still just, it was very exciting to have him say, I've done this. You guys don't need to ask for my permission. You need to do what you feel is best for it. And now I'm just deathly afraid because I don't want to let John down.
And speaking of Malik, as you may have noticed today, we are one person down. He had a personal emergency come up, so we're wishing him all the best.
Smiling face
wish he
with
could be here
hearts
with us.
emoji. Smiling face
This next
with
question
hearts
is
emoji.
for
Loving this community
Ryan and
mischievous
John.
content.
We've had so many amazing movies.
Thank
over the
you.
years based
Thank
on
you,
this
Phils, for the
franchise.
resub.
And we have had some video game iterations. I believe there was an Atari Halloween game, and there was a Retro Realms 2D side-scroller. But in your eyes, what was it like seeing Halloween translated into a very big video game?
Well, I think John should answer this question first. I mean, it's his film.
It was fantastic. This game looks like a movie, and it plays like a movie. And I'm really excited by it.
Dang, that's cool. That's a
And I
cool
think
thing to
that,
hear.
You know, one of our charges, especially mine, is to ensure that the game, and so to Jared's point, they might get to pick what they work on, but we picked IllFonic for a good reason. And it was a long line of different suitors who had come to us we'd wanted to do a game for a while, but it had to be done right, and it had to honor the film. It had to be based on the original, so we had everything in place, and IllFonic has really knocked it out of the park and really listened to everything that we wanted and needed in the game, so that we ensured that it comes out and it respects that historic film.
I want to say that you used the original music, and anybody who knows the music well can tell it's on the game, and
Yeah.
it just adds to the atmosphere, the fear, the momentum of the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, those sounds, those stings, those melodies are timeless, and people, resonate with that. So it says a lot about the sound design and the score of that film. Jared, Jordan, for some people, Halloween it's It's the horror franchise. So no pressure, when we were looking at translating that into a game, what was the one thing you knew we had to get right? The one thing we had to nail with Halloween?
Michael has to be inevitable death and terrifying, and that perspective of being in the shoes of him or the civilians on the other side, having
like Darth
that
Vader.
Dynamic of power versus vulnerability, and the ways we can play with that when you additionally plug in this multiplayer component, it brings forth just a very big focus onto Michael himself, as he is the driver of these matches. He is the one that should orchestrate these jump scares and command the neighborhoods that he's in. And that's part of that's shape jump, which I'll let Jared kind of get into. But it's also just diving into first person, going inside the mask and hearing his breath in your ear as you're stalking people. So the stalking and the killing and everything that encompasses, just it was so crucial to get right and make sure it translated from what you see on film to in your hands in the gameplay as you're moving through the locations and trying to hunt people down.
Yeah, and just I've been just speaking about it because I'm so proud of a theory, a game design theory that came from a couple of, drinks over beer of how do we make him show up out of nowhere? How does this happen?
I want to watch him play it, a Let's
and then
Play.
we put it down on paper, and then we presented it to Trancas and got their approvals to do it. But that was the backbone of the game, to have Michael show up out of nowhere, which is just such an iconic thing that Michael can do. And then when we actually got it to work in game and we started playing it, and that natural scare that happens, and the fact that we are easily making the scariest game we've ever made, period. I can say that, I can say definitively, when we're just play testing and trying to figure out a bug, I still get jump scared by Jordan moving around and shape jumping in, because mentally I think that the room is cleared, and I turn around and he's there, and I literally just jump from it. And that's from the film. That's like the thing that we needed to do. We needed to have Michael be able to disappear and reappear wherever he wanted, and you needed to always feel that you're endangered. That is the thing that we needed to do, and then just the score and the soundtracks and the sound stabs and all of the things that were done in the 70s, by this small group of people that are just trying to get it done. That is just the thing that I'm so proud that we've been able to match, with IllFonic being such an indie, small, scrappy studio as well. I think that the energy is very similar, and I hope that this does do what the first film did, and drove the horror industry and drove this new era. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. But I'm happy that we were able to grab that piece.
They also, it really needs to be genuinely scary in order to not feel like a joke. You know what I mean? Because Michael Myers is he's so iconic that, it is synonymous with horror, but also because it's an early predecessor. Darth Vader is also seen as a meme in some ways, but then to fans of Star Wars, it's seeing him appear in Jedi Fallen Order was genuinely terrifying. And that's also a way to kind of revitalize a fandom for a game, or to bring it to a younger audience, is to repackage it in a good game. Because that, gaming is such a personal experience in comparison to watching movies. It's all around you, you are in a 3D, visual experience. So if they can create a genuinely scary Halloween game that captures the spirit of the movie, that could bring even a newer audience to Halloween itself.
That needed to be done.
Yeah, you touched on those design philosophies that we discussed a while back and play tested. And at PAX, we're letting people go hands-on with that for the first time. And it's so fun to see players get behind the mask and jump scare. people, the first time they pick up the controller, it connects and they see it, and they get to live that power fantasy of being Michael Myers. Ryan and John, same question to you, but from the flip side. What is the one thing that you feel that IllFonic needed to do when we were going to make a game based on this legendary film?
Well, they needed to make it scary.
Scary is the first order of business. And then, obviously, we had to take a little creative liberty to make a game that's playable and enjoyable and do all those things. And so their job was really to connect a modern game with a, film from 1978 that has is iconic for a lot of reasons, and it's dread that lives in your head. So I think that it's, playing that dread out through the controller as a survivor or as Michael was really key to finding the right playability in the game to make it something that, every fan that we encounter has been, asking for a game forever, but it's a trick to find out to make it done right. And so that you're actually experiencing the same emotions, the same feelings you get from watching the film.
So outside of it needing to be scary, John, anything else that we needed to nail with this one?
No, that's it. That's the main thing.
Easy enough. So you touched on shape jump previously, and that was our team's interpretation of how Michael is around every corner. He's always lurking in the shadows. You never know where he's going to be. For Ryan and John, what was it like when you saw that mechanic for the first time, when we pitched this idea of Michael becoming the shadows, essentially?
Peeber.
John, go ahead.
Peeber here.
Oh, dear.
You want me to go? I'll go. I think that our biggest concern was trying to explain why Michael could appear and reappear, because every fan has their own theories, their own things, and so this was kind of a leap of saying, okay, this is one way to explain it, so until we actually really saw it in action, weren't 100% sold, but when we did see it, we're like, this works. This is a good mechanic for the game that provides that. What I just spoke about was that feeling that lives in your head. Could he be around this corner? And so when you're playing the game, and if you're a survivor and Michael is there and then he's not, and then all of a sudden he's there, and then if you're playing Michael and you get to do that to somebody, you now just lived through Michael and got to do what he did in the film and create that scare that somebody experienced from the film. So I think it worked very well, and we're very happy with how it turned out.
This is a difference between movie making and game making. In the movie, we could do Michael disappearing and appearing very easily, and he was everywhere, and he was in the shadows. He was going to get you. In the game, you get to play as Michael. So I think this is a great game design to be able to allow you to visually disappear and appear and attack the innocent humans in the
So we kicked off this panel with a multiplayer overview trailer, which gave you a look at the multiplayer experience in Halloween. Halloween is a single-player and multiplayer experience. So this question is for everyone.
Yeah, how does it work?
But how has it felt revisiting the iconic moments of an all-time classic film and having the opportunity to inject new moments, new characters?
Let's go first. I'll say I've seen the movie, the original film, hundreds, if not 1,000 times, and so it is amazing to expand the four corners of the sandbox to play in, and to see what was a $300,000 budget film turn into something vastly bigger, and kind of paint out those corners that we never saw before. So I think it's a very exciting way to experience something so beloved.
Whenever I watch these, I always I can't help but imagine all of these guys as kids, like kids or teens watching the movie for the first time. I can't help it.
Yeah, and it really gave us a chance.
We didn't have $300,000, guys.
Well, it didn't all.
$225,000.
Well, you had to pay presents, so
Holy.
That's great.
prospect of being able to go back to something, and really dive through it plenty of times to really understand what's going on, and then thinking about, what was happening elsewhere and kind of how we get to go through and discover, and also just learn a little bit about how we are building Michael's gameplay, because while we are building that multiplayer experience, there's a big part of it that it has to be so true to what we see and what we've noticed about everything, that it's more interesting than anything to really dive into the possibilities of what he's up to and kind of how he goes about things to then translate that into a multiplayer experience as well, and let others feel what that's like to be on the other end of the knife.
Yeah, and I mean, really for us with the story and everything, it's not just us on this, it's our writers. We've got extremely talented writers that went through every frame, every second. They've got all of these crazy ideas of what Michael was up to in the town, and what the town was doing outside of that 90 some odd minutes, and it's crazy because it's also very scary to be messing with something that all of you guys love so much. So it is nerve-wracking to be making something so important to so many people, and I genuinely feel that we've done our due diligence, we've done our just critical soul searching of like, how would I feel not being so close as a developer, but how would I feel just being someone that loves this film so much? And I think we're doing a really good job, and I can't wait to show this in the coming months, because it comes out in a few months as well. So there's going to be a lot of really great reveals around the story.
I like the attitude toward the IP
I cannot
that
wait
they have.
to show more.
Yeah, and I think to that end too, unfortunately Malik couldn't be here today, Malik Akkad. He's really intimately involved in this. It's he and I that talk to Jared, to Jordan, to Chuck, to everybody at Elphonic, and go through everything. It's not a layer of people below us that are filtering stuff up. It's us that are hands-on. So it's been a great working relationship to help get this right. And so you really have the people that are trying to honor the legacy of this, help get it right, and involved in every aspect of it.
And then John, for you, how does it feel having this story revisited?
It feels great. Guys, I've always thought that Halloween would, ever since I began playing video games, I've always thought that Halloween would make a fantastic game. And it's now been realized right in front of my eyes.
That's cool.
And I'm loving it.
Dang, that's great.
What was it like for you, John and Ryan, stepping into this virtual Haddonfield for the first time? We've shown glimpses of it. We have a sandbox that players can experience. Obviously, our team's very intimate with the design and the setup, but for you, as someone who's so attached to this franchise and this legacy, what was it like jumping into this, I guess, reimagining, for lack of a better term?
Well, I got to get a lot better at video games first. That's, mine is, my kids have taken over our PS5 at home pretty well. So once I got the hang of the controls, I've really enjoyed getting to experience, what's gone from most of my experiences, the films and producing those, and then also the merchandise side. So it's been very two-dimensional, very static. So to have the ability to now, after all this time, experience a dynamic playability, the dynamic character that I love and work with every single day of my life, it's awesome.
I know a big.
It's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, cool.
Brevity, guys. You guys talk a lot now. Make it simple.
Short and sweet. All right. So our team has spent a lot of time working to make
I'm trying to leave.
feel like a living, breathing horror sandbox. For Jared and Jordan,
it's cool. Go
what
play
has it been like, and how are we empowering players to create their own horror movie moments in this game?
It's about giving them the environment and the tools to do so. Like I said, Michael is the driving force of everything, and his decisions and his moves throughout the locations
These
are
young
pivotal into what makes the game scary and terrifying. But the environment itself and the spooky atmosphere and the terrifying, false positive jump scares and things make that tension build up to then unfold based on what you find or what you encounter. So it's definitely the dynamicism and empowering players on both sides, but keeping that balance just right so there's still vulnerability.
It's very hard. Huh? How about that, John? It's very hard to do. Yeah, I mean, it is all of the layers. It's just all of the layers, and it's all of the experience that we've had over the almost decade of making asymmetrical horror games. Like, this is not our first rodeo. We've done this a lot. We're pulling a lot of pages from all the other games. We're returning to horror. Predator, Ghostbusters, Killer Clowns, like that was not, this. This is true slasher horror. This is going back to the violence and the bloodshed to match this IP the way that it needs to be. And honestly, it is the fact that once you realize that you can do nothing to stop Michael, except for getting everyone together and rallying people together like they do in the films. You need to run. You need to get away. You need to. If you see the mask, you're too close. And that's
John Carpenter's trying to get on with his day.
People that I've been watching going through the line, and I forget that we're showing it downstairs, and it's so exciting because it is the first time that we've seen people play it that we haven't walked through, and told them all the nuance, and the people that go through and they come back and over again. I've seen people rally together to take on Mike and really just beat the crap out of him, but then they do the right thing to get out of that bully, scenario. And there's been a lot of things that Jordan really breaks down with the game layers and all of these pieces to make it so he does feel truly dangerous. Like in the films, when you see him, you're in trouble, and that's the thing that it's very hard, especially in a video game. Like, you're not getting shocked if you die. You get to respawn in eventually, but like, you need to be afraid to survive against Mike. Like, Michael is dangerous. He is death, and so when you see him, it's best to run.
Yeah, if you're alone with Michael, it doesn't end well in pretty much any scenario. And for us as a team, it's been really great to see the show floor and see those sandbox elements come to life when players get to essentially role play their fantasy horror experience. And whether that's you being the hero, saving your friends, or whether that's you just making an escape or trying to take on Michael. Like, it's been so fun to see all the systems come together, and I think that's really a testament to all of the effort our team has put in to build out that horror sandbox.
I forgot to change the title. My bad.
A intense experience with this game, the most intense experience with this game that you want to share, the most scared you've ever been.
Well, that's some of the things that we haven't gotten to get a good focus on, because everyone's going through it in the demo right now. It's very quick just because of the lines going through. But one thing that we have in there that isn't very noticeable is there's hallucinations that can appear of Michael. And
cool.
The fact that when constantly I'm just testing by myself, and I'm sometimes I'm working late and I'm in a dark room, and to still be completely caught off guard by something I know is there but just never expect. It happens throughout testing, and I've had it happen consistently in play tests, and it's just incredible to always get those. So it's tough to isolate to one experience, because they always end up just catching me off guard when he appears in the room next to me and grabs me, and I didn't have the chance to do anything. It's pretty fantastic.
Spoopy. Very
yeah,
scary.
And I mean, it does go back to just play tests where it's, we're play testing and I naturally run out of a building because the power gets turned off. And it's lizard brain kicks in. And those moments where I'm searching for something and I turn around and he's there. And those shocking moments, like, those are those things that stack up, and especially when we play hardcore and we're actually trying to play the game and not look for bugs or anything like that. There are many, many moments where I'm just like, this is really, really scary. Like, this is easily our scariest game we've ever made.
Wow.
This is the sounds, the tones.
I hope it is as good as
the things that were
saying.
done in the film so long ago that if you were just to have a cell phone sound that goes off, like, I feel all of us tingle when we hear those stab sounds. but that being in the game, on top of the layers of I'm trying to survive, I'm trying to get away, like that's all of those pieces come together in it, and it is genuinely like we play horror games for those endorphin hits. We play horror games to get scared. We watch horror films to be scared. This is a scary game, and it's really cool because it's not based off of triggers and events. You don't play it once, or you don't watch a streamer once, and then you know what's going to happen. That's so common in horror games, and I love horror games. I've made a lot of horror games in the past, but unless it's dynamic, you have that linear experience like watching a film for the first time that scares the crap out of you, but after the 30th or 40th time, you're enjoying the film, you're seeing the subtleties, you're seeing the camera work, but the game is always dynamic, it's always changing. Michael's always in different spots, you're always getting a different experience, so it always scares you. And it's really rad. It's really cool to be able to return to this type of core horror gameplay that it demands to be violence. It demands to be scary.
I cannot believe I'm on a panel when someone used the words endorphin hits.
I can't believe I'm on a panel with John Carpenter.
That's well, John, we're weird. We're gamers.
That's Jared's ultimate endorphin hit right now.
Yeah.
So.
Like my hands are, but yeah, no, it's an endorphin hit right now for sure.
So Jordan, you touched on this, but yeah, that sense of paranoia in this game is one of my favorite elements of it. You touched on the false Michaels, because the movie does such an amazing job of making you paranoid that Michael is everywhere. And not only is Michael everywhere from a player perspective, but we have these little moments that are dynamic where you see a Michael and you don't know if it's
he's right there in the front row.
Oh shit!
Oh.
So I guess this question is more for Jared and Jordan, but for everyone here, Ilphonic has done a lot of asymmetrical horror games. There have been a lot of asymmetrical horror games. For us and our team and our mission statement, what makes this not, I guess, just another asim horror game? What makes this special?
There's a lot of depth, and it's something I could talk about for hours if someone got me going about it.
We don't have hours.
Yeah, I know that, and that's why I'm trying to keep it quick, and then so John doesn't judge me as well. But the thing is, it's about creating a very robust sandbox of things, because that's what makes these online multiplayer games have that longevity and that thing that 1,000 hours in, you're seeing things that you've never seen before because of the alchemy of the pieces that you give. So it's really about crafting something that allows people to consistently jump in and enjoy themselves. And it's also needs to be scary. Like it needs to be there, and that's where the environments and the lighting and the sound design, the music, and all the other pieces of gameplay come together and really create those moments over time, consistently and in different ways. And then, of course, I think the biggest thing is also pacing that out nicely, because the second people understand what they're supposed to be doing, they can get really into a thing that kind of breaks the experience. So it's up to us to design the things that keep you playing and building consistent horror Halloween experiences.
I decline my time to give John a question.
Should I let you?
No, I want you to, like, John's here. I'm here to hear John. I don't want to, Jordan said everything for me, so.
It's a good idea.
No.
John.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, you are a gamer. You've been gaming as long as I feel games have been around. Like, for you, when you think of horror games, do you see it differently than how you've done your movies? Is it the same type of tone and timing?
Video games are an art form unto themselves, very different than movies. So I don't compare them. But if I'm playing a horror game, what the big deal is, I want to be scared. And I want a chance to survive, but probably I won't. And the games that I've played, the scarier ones, you know, the monsters come around the corner out of the darkness, and they're faster than I am, and they kick my ass.
Well, luckily enough, our monster walks all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, they should be asking John more questions.
Great decision for that. That made it very fun to balance this game out for that.
You know?
But he's inevitable.
He is inevitable.
You know, you can't stop it. He's coming for it.
Yep. That's exactly what was such a huge thing about what makes Shape Jump so terrifying is in that physical form, he is just walking and he is just walking towards you. And that's that thing that you see coming
he's
towards you.
78-year-old
You would
horror
never
legend,
expect
I
him
think.
to be 30 yards this way. And when that happens is when
I think
it
he's
just
above
hits hard.
the law,
and then you're again
so to
trying
speak.
to avoid him just getting in arm's reach to grab you and kill you.
Now, speaking of being everywhere, now I'm scanning the audience and I'm just seeing little Michael faces popping up. So the legacy of the original Halloween film endures to this day, and for so many people, it's so important to them. Are we viewing this game as a way to introduce an entirely new generation to this IP, or as a way to foster an existing fandom?
Both. I think I say both.
Is that to me?
This is everybody.
The panel has been stumped.
Look, I think the film lives on its own, and I think its popularity and its iconic nature is such that it's watchable even to this day for a first-time viewer.
Generational
And its
trauma.
power and its scariness and its recognition of how great it is easily viewed by anybody. So the film has to live on its own. This is an attempt to allow both longtime fans and new fans to experience what the film was conveying in a new way. And I think that it's tied to it. It's
Yeah,
not.
it
It's
makes
not
it
a way
personal,
to retell
really
a story.
personal.
It's nothing but allowing audiences a modern way to experience, at least try to get as close to the film as they can to experience it in their home and for themselves.
And I feel, I mean, everyone knows who Michael Myers is. I feel like you could go anywhere in the world and show them Michael Myers, and I think everyone knows who he is. And I think that games is a medium that has been growing, and I mean, shit, look at PAX growing all these years. Look at all of these gamers, and look at it. This is not a Hollywood panel. This is a gaming panel, and gaming is growing so much more that I feel like there might be some kids that know who Michael Myers is, maybe watched a film, and I hope that this drives people to the original core of the film to find and see that first piece, and that's why I'm excited that we're focusing purely on the first piece of this, and then they can explore and go to the other parts. But I don't think anyone doesn't know who Michael Myers is. Just go in the middle of nowhere in any part of the earth, and I think that if you see the mask, you know,
Dang, what an amazing
he's a bad
cast,
guy. You
original
know
cast.
he's scary, and I think that the game is going to help drive that even more. But I mean, this franchise is we're just kind of like plugging into it, and I think that that's the exciting part for us, is we're able to plug into it. We're able to use all of this massive history, and just move from there. And it's like what we've done in all of the other IPs that we've worked on. We add to. We try to drive a little bit more excitement and a little bit more pieces to it, but it's always the IP that continues to drive in the direction that I feel like the IP owners need to keep it going.
I think also, not that I'm a part of the panel, but you know, as someone who doesn't really watch horror games and didn't grow up on horror, there's going to be a lot of people who know of Michael Myers, but have never watched the movies or have never seen the original. Like, there's a lot of people who, everyone knows who Darth Vader is on a technical level, but a lot of people aren't into Star Wars or haven't even seen Star Wars. So, you know, I don't think they should underestimate the potential power of a game if it's truly good. A game can reach an audience of people who vaguely know who Michael Myers is, but don't actually have a personal experience with the IP. So, like, sure, for longtime fans and people who are, who were kids during the time that Halloween came out, like, yeah, it is iconic. Of course it is. It's iconic in the same way that Star Wars is iconic. But a lot of people are not involved in it still and don't have personal experience. Like those movies came out. I mean, Halloween came out, what, 1978? So, yeah, I mean, almost 50 years ago. So, you can't underestimate the power of a new and fresh and modernized, even if it is like obviously nostalgic, experience to make a group of people who know of it invested in it.
I'd like to interject in here. What do you mean this is not a Hollywood panel?
Well, this panel's for PAX.
I live in Hollywood.
Speak for yourself, Jared.
This is the most Hollywood panel.
Then
I am now
you are
in Hollywood, USA, and it's a beautiful sunny day. What's the temperature in Boston?
Is that why you didn't show up? It's too cold.
I came out here and it's cold. It's 30-some degrees today. So
Yeah.
Dang, 30 degrees.
Yes,
Hollywood
this panel.
Hollywood
this
represents half this panel.
This panel is a Hollywood panel, absolutely. But the fans here are for video games.
Yeah.
And they're lucking out for a Hollywood panel, I guess. It's pretty exciting. But I didn't realize this was a Hollywood panel until now. I'm the
You feel
pretty
special?
big ego.
Mr. Hollywood over here.
Yeah.
Are there any last thoughts from the group before
Mr.
we
Hollywood
open it up
over
to some
here.
audience questions?
I'd just like to thank all the fans, first of all. I mean, geez, that line for the game has been capped and people are
Mr.
patiently
Hollywood.
waiting for their chance to play. The game doesn't live without all of you. Showing up here for this panel, sharing
I'm
things on
impressed.
social media,
This game
talking
looks
about
like
it.
it's gonna be really good.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But it is truly appreciated, and it's why we do it. It's without you, this game doesn't live and breathe, and hopefully it lives for a long time.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and
wonder,
there's
do you think
so
they'll
much
do
more
audience
to
questions?
explore here. It's such an honor to be able to work with such a timeless franchise and timeless iconic villain that we have to work with, and the being able to combine what the beauty of the art form of film with what the art form of video games is creates just an amazing cross-pollination that I'm just always excited to dive into. But I'm excited to get this game out and really get people to get excited.
They should get
about
to it,
all
though.
the pieces
There's only
we've
about
added
15 minutes
because
left.
It's going to be incredible.
And I'm honestly like this energy from the community, the fans, the people that have been. I've been walking through the crowd of people standing outside talking about the other games that we've done and theorizing other things, and it's been amazing because I feel like everyone's coming to understand what this is, and I feel that we're not going to let people down, but I also feel like Jordan and I need to get back to work and really continue to kick the shit out of this game, because like we want to make sure that you guys aren't let down and you get a horror game that is Halloween.
Oh, just one final thank you is obviously to John for creating such an iconic character. Stories that without you, there's none of this. So so obviously that, and then also to Malik, who couldn't be here, but for steering the ship of Halloween for the last 40 years or 30 years. How long? His father before him. But Halloween is still continuing on because of the work that he does too. So that's also important.
John?
God bless all here.
Nice and short. I do respect the short answers.
All right, so we are staging some
Get to the
mics
heart
off
of
to
it,
the side
yeah.
of the aisles here. If you have a question that you want answered by the panel, come on down. And in the meantime, Jared, any super vague teases we want to give anyone while we're here?
We have a video game that we're making. It will be supported after launch with things and stuff.
Ooh,
And
DLC?
it's going to be really cool, and it's really exciting because we have a lot
Things and
of
stuff.
really neat things to make sure everyone's happy and make sure that this game is continues to go for a long time after launch.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Awesome. We'll start over here on the left.
Hi, I'm Chris from here in Massachusetts with the Radio of Horror. These kind of games in the past have come out and then unfortunately been canceled, like Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Killer Clowns game. What's going to happen to make sure that doesn't happen with Halloween so soon after it comes out?
You've played Predator, I hope. You didn't name Predator. We made 30 Predators now. We supported it for 5 years. Ghostbusters we're still supporting. Clowns we're still supporting. So I feel like we've got a pretty good track record.
Yeah, the support is important, but a lot of it does also come down to the foundational elements we're building to plan for longevity. We're improving every game we do, and to make sure that the gameplay itself, kind of like I was talking about earlier with the online environment, making sure that it's stable and gives people an opportunity to enjoy it for as long as they can is crucial to us, and updates and everything coming after that. But the core foundation needs to be solid, and that's a huge thing we've focused on for this game.
And from a non-technical side, Friday the 13th had a lot of legal rights issues that caused problems with that one, so it's not an issue for this one. So.
Bowser.
I wonder if that guy's a reporter for like a
Hi, my name
gaming
is
mag.
Kyler.
It's
I
possible.
had a question about Halloween Horror Nights. If any not Friday the 13th, Halloween like movies could be made into a Halloween Horror Nights haunted house, which one would it be based on?
We've done Horror Nights in the past, but we're here to talk about the video game. We've done several Horror Nights, though, but perhaps in the future. But, you know, Halloween has been a very popular house at that event.
Awesome. And back to the left side.
All right, hello. I'm Elizabeth.
It's
I'm a student
Bowser!
at Ringling College of
Get
Art
the
and
speedrunners
Design.
in here.
I have a question about like reference collections. So as artists, we collect reference to get some of those like good PBR moments. Aside from the films, like where did you guys do your research?
We dove into, the film is obviously the source material, but the idea of it is that we had to kind of balance out the fact that it was shot in California with the fact that it's supposed to be a Midwestern Illinois suburb. So we went through, and I'm
True.
personally from the Midwest. I'm very familiar with Illinois, but a lot of the artists then, we used all of the tools at our disposal to really understand what makes Illinois town, understanding the types of buildings, understanding additionally that it's a period piece and that it's in the 70s. So we had to look back at a lot of older reference material to not only understand what's going to be inside of these houses, but what do the neighborhoods look like, and when you're in there, what does it feel like to see those things? So it's been a journey, but we've definitely focused on whatever we can find that embodies that time period as well as the location in the U.S.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
There's a lot of IP backing.
Hi there. My name is Ben, and I was really glad to see that Dr. Loomis is in this game. I don't know if it's too early, but I wonder who's voicing him.
You know his name, right? You could kind of talk to his history.
Yeah, his name is Colin McCann, and he was somebody I had actually found when we shot Halloween 2018, and we were looking for a sound-alike Loomis to do audio tapes that were discovered by the two documentarians in the film. And he was actually he was a stand-up comedian part-time and did a couple crazy impersonations, and I just found him on YouTube and started talking to him. And since then, he's done Loomis in our pinball machine and now in this game.
Nice.
From Dublin.
Can't wait to see him.
Thank you. And back
you
on
guys.
The left. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amy. I just wanted to say thank you guys for coming out to speak today. It's very fun. My question is more out of curiosity. Are there any current horror movies right now that have kind of captured your interest, and why?
We've been working so much.
I have been, I've been in, my head has been in the ground on this game, so it's been tough to consume any other type of media. So.
Yeah, I know I haven't been to the movie
What have
theater
been
in
the
like a
recent
year.
horror games?
I liked Weapons a lot.
Yeah.
Weapons was great, but I had no idea what I was going into with Weapons. So the entire time I'm like, wait, what? What's going on here? Like it was
Conjuring 4
I think
was
that's the
last
coolest
year.
part about horror is it's becoming
Severed
so
Son.
abstract, and I also feel that the films that I see,
Watch out!
I have become.
Michael's behind you!
I've always been a sci-fi person. I've always been really deep in sci-fi action films, and really horror scares the shit out of me because it rattles in my brain for a really long time. And so as we got into Halloween, I watched every Halloween so many times, and so I did start to see Michael Myers in corners of my eyes and stuff like that. But the newest films I definitely consume, but I love the classics. I love going back to the classics. I love going back to,
this guy,
the 80s, 90s when practical was so normal. Like I kind of get cringy at a lot of this over big CG stuff. I really like what Terrifiers has done, and because it's so over the top and it's
sleeping
practical,
on my 100 Thieves.
but I
beanie.
want more story. I think
She's
that's
giving
the
them
thing
good
is
luck
like it's that
for
balance
tomorrow.
of like my brain starts to spin all of these other yarns and tales. But
They need to ask
yeah,
John
I think
some
that
questions.
Weapons is definitely one of those things that I saw that I was like, wow, I think horror is getting really crazy now. And it was so crazy that I was like, this is a horror film. Okay, this is wild.
She just asked your favorite movie, Jared.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
John's
we need to
literally
hear from
staring at
John on
us.
this one.
Like I'm just seeing. Like, ask John some questions, man.
Yeah,
He's here.
let's hear about John. talking
Honestly.
about some horror movies.
Yeah, John. What horror film?
What was that movie that was up for an Academy Award? Begins with S.
Sinners.
Oh, Sinners, yeah.
Sinners? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very
High
good.
praise.
Very good.
Guys, the scariest thing is real life. movies, video games, novels, that's all great, but that's harmless. Real life will kill you.
So true.
Probably the best words of wisdom anyone
True.
could have heard in a panel.
Thank you.
Austin, thank you.
You can genuinely draw
We'll
off
go back
from
to the
that
right side here.
in when you're making horror media.
I'm a horror fanatic. I'm from Berkeley, Massachusetts. I'm just saying that I've seen a lot of strange and funny and unique cosmetics in any of the horror games you made. I'm just wondering what kind of cosmetics I would expect in the future for the Halloween game.
Cosmetics.
I'm not
Gentlemen.
saying a single word.
Yeah, we're not discussing
Secret.
too much of the future content, but we will reveal
Watch
things
out.
over time, so you'll get to
Michael
get a taste
behind
of it
you.
later.
Mama, a girl behind you.
Be patient.
Be patient, but look at what we've done in the past. We want to try to be hyper respectful, but we also
Aw,
want
thanks,
to
Nick.
kind
That's
of
nice.
expand how we can. But it's all, everything needs to get through Trancas. It needs to get hyper approved. So if you don't like it, it's their fault, not ours.
That's
we just
it.
throw ideas.
Respect the IP and also give players expression in multiplayer games. So there's a multi approach, and it'll be great.
Okay, thanks.
Austin, thank you. Our first Michael off to the left here.
Hey there, my name is Jay. I'm from Johnson City, Tennessee. The weather is wonderful here in Massachusetts. But this is a question for Jordan and Jared. What are some potential franchises that you would want to explore in the future with asymmetrical horror, whether that be straight up horror, like would you want to do a Scream game in the future, or would you want to do something
Everyone's asking about
kind of
something
more
else
along the
other
lines
than
of the tone of
the
Ghostbusters, like
Halloween.
Jurassic Park, for example?
I mean, we're talking to a lot of people because we have to work so far ahead with games. So I can't say the games that I would want to make because we might be talking to them.
Secret.
But the thing about our future games is definitely we
Finally,
want to
his face
stay
reveal.
deeper in horror and gore and continue making hyper scary games. I feel like what we've done
Hi,
in the
Arson.
past, we've
Welcome.
learned a lot, but I think that horror is those great moments of absurdity, laughing because you just got scared. And then those scary moments need to really be impactful. So I think that the big thing for anything that we're doing in the future is it needs to be really based in horror. You know, I would love to do a Big Trouble in Little China game. Absolutely love to do a Big Trouble in Little China game.
Which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I mean, such an amazing film. But how do you be not the main character? How do you put the gravitas of Jack Burton not being the hero, but being the character of that? Like, that film is just so timeless and so amazing that I would love to figure out how to make a game with that. We haven't talked to anyone about it, so I can say that openly, and I can give John the flowers that he deserves for such an amazing film. But all of the other IPs that we want to make stuff for, we're going to hold that close to our chest, and we'll
Already
never
talking
be able
about
to say
cheating
that.
on us, huh?
Huh?
Already talking about cheating.
And
on
also,
us.
like, Ryan will get mad. But yeah, we're excited for the future of IllFonic. Like, it's a very exciting thing, and we're not going to stop doing what we're doing. Like, this is I feel people from the press, the fans, they get what we're doing, and I think that it's really exciting that people acknowledge it.
Awesome.
All right, and apologies to all three of you for staring at you from the front row. It's just part of the job description, man. So thank you guys.
Thank you. We have time for one more question. So we're gonna
Please be a
kick it
good
off.
question.
No
Please be a
pressure.
good question.
Final question to
Please
close
be a
it
good
out. What do we
question.
got?
So I'm Chris from Massachusetts, and how many iterations of Michael of the Shapes character model and gameplay mechanics did you go through before you landed the perfect, most authentic version that you have?
Are you acknowledging it? That's the most perfect, most authentic?
That is subjective, and that's totally up to you. But
Because I feel like it is.
as far as I'm concerned,
There's a
so
Michael.
far so good.
Thank you, thank you. That's awesome. I think we literally probably 9 back and forths with just you guys.
Yeah.
And then a bunch with the devs, a bunch with like, I would say the panel of people that were looking at each fold, each crease.
I think it starts out with a foundational.
A lot of
model
panel
that they come
questions.
up
They
with,
need to
and then
pre-screen the questions.
It gets narrowed down in the macro level, and then we get down to where it's like, hey, the back of the mask is not quite pinched enough, so it gets really specific. So there were definitely probably at least nine or 10 times that we were.
And gameplay, thousands. Every time you tweak something and move something and adjust the speed or the availability of the light in the map for where he can appear in and out, and it's endless, and it's not going to stop because it can continue to get better as we play test it.
It's tough because John spoke to this. Movie making is totally different than video games, where when we shoot a film, you get to choose where you put the lights. You choose where you get to put the camera. So Michael's mask gives off different shadows and shapes and textures depending on where
you only have to deal
those
with one
things.
angle on a movie.
So when you have a video game where your camera's moving, the lighting sources are moving, the lighting sources are different, it can create a different look on the mask. So IllFonic's has done a very good job in game of, making sure that from all angles the mask looks as great as it can get, despite not having that locked off ability that we would have in film.
I didn't think about that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who showed up, hung out, and shared their love of Halloween with all of us. Let's give a round of applause for our amazing panel here one more time.
Woo!
John Carpenter
Dang, I'm
in
hopeful for
beautiful
this game.
Hollywood for the
I'm a little
biggest
scared.
Hollywood panel of PAX East.
I don't know if I want to play it.
Biggest Hollywood.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Enjoy the weather out there.
Enjoy the sun.
Thank you very much.
Nay, very nice. Nice. Hey, okay. Well, you guys know I'm not great with horror, but I could be persuaded if I had some people with me. I wonder how the co-op's gonna work, because it seems like some of it is solo player. Like there's obviously when you're playing as Michael, unless it's PvP. Someone should have asked that. How does it work? Like how are the solo player and the multiplayer sectioned off, you know? Like Dead by Daylight? Is it actually? Oh, it is PvP. So some people can play as the civilians all the time. It's not like this part is... Ooh. Okay. I could be persuaded to play that with a group. Or maybe if they want to sponsor me to check it out. I would also be persuaded to do that as well. Dang, well, okay. This is cool. I really enjoyed watching this stuff. And I am more impressed with, I guess, maybe the trajectory of the game than I anticipated. So, yeah, if you're interested in checking out Halloween, I'm going to pop the link there for you. You can wishlist it. I imagine it's going to come out on Halloween. Oh, September 8th. September 8th. So you'll have all September to play it. Huh. Leading up to Halloweeny. Fun. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I will skedaddle. You know what? Just to thank the sponsor, I'm going to send you guys over to the main... Oh, you can't raid the PAX channel. Okay. Okay, you can't raid the PAX channel, but I'll just send this link here. But yeah, you can keep watching the Marvel Rivals tourney if you'd like. Lots of streamers are live. You can watch Flats, Bulgur is live, Somju's live. And then there's obviously like the main broadcast. So I'll just say bye-bye. Did I miss community games earlier? We didn't do community games. There wasn't a lot of time in between the two panels, so we just watched the early Ignite stuff. Oh my. Alright, I'm gonna go eat something and take a little nap. Movie night tonight in Discord. If you're around, we're gonna be watching the first. Let me just make sure. Yes, we're going to be watching the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Thanks, courtesy of Violet. And then obviously the Ignite tourney. The North America Ignite matches start at 2 p.m. Not planning to co-stream. Not going to have a lot of time today for that. Yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the subs. Have a great rest of your Saturday. And I'll see you on Monday. My P.O. box is active. Yes, I need to go check it soon, actually. Bye.